What up, everybody? It's Sunday night, and the feeling is right to talk about some comic projects. How's everybody doing?
Good evening, Comicsgate. What's happening?
Yes. Hell, Comicsgate, hell, the indie comics whole sphere. Like, we absolutely love every one of y'all. Like, you guys that show up and show out. Couldn't be here without y'all.
Nope, absolutely could not. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, same here. I appreciate it.
I'm Orc Club Clown Comic Cowboy. How y'all doing? On occasion,
So we have Comic Cowboy tonight. We have Dre Fire. And we have Bionic Bruh from Tellin Studio. What's up? What's up? I want everybody kind of like know the names, know the avatars, know the faces, so that like when y'all see them out in the Twitterverse or you see them around, you know who these people are. I'm really glad to be here with you guys and to be able to talk about your projects.
Thanks for your enthusiasm about our projects. That's most
Bionic
necessary.
Bruh, you are muted, sir.
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
I'm over here talking. I'm like, I'm part of it. No.
I was like, wait a minute. I see you talking, but I can't hear you because you're muted, my brother.
No, you're good. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
No, I love the whole indie sphere, and I love what's happening in the indie comic scene because, like, you guys are just killing it. You guys are out there. You're putting your names out there. You're putting your names on the line.
Especially these last 2 months, like Bancroft, everybody's fulfilling right now.
Right? Like, everybody's just bringing the comics to where it needs to be, right? Like, you know, nobody's wanting to go and get the mainstream ones anymore. We're like, nah, fuck that. Let's do this indie scene. Let's see what's going on over here. These guys are killing it. They're bringing great stories. They're bringing great art. Like, I absolutely love it. This scene is absolutely, like, my thing, right?
Some new stories, some new spins on old tropes and things of that nature. It's definitely fun.
Almost definitely. I got my boxes of Bonds, Sovereign Wolf, and Raven the Shadow Hunter right here, right behind my computer. So I got some books to read this week.
Oh, I have a whole stack. Let me tell you, I have a whole stack. I just got Dragon Rage not too long ago.
Nice.
I've got Undead Borders, which is absolutely beautiful by the 656 crew. I'm a huge believer and backer in this movement. I'm a huge backer and believer in the indie comic scene. I'm really into the whole independent creators.
Yeah,
like
most definitely.
I want to see people succeed, and if you've got a dream, you know, get out there and make it happen. And how do you make it happen? You come on channels like mine that are that are kind of tiny, but you know, we still have a great audience. Like I've got Oliver from the 656 over here.
There we go.
We got Zade Comics,
Unhinged, who's awesome. Like if you guys have not checked out Absolute Book 2, you definitely should.
Johnny Cage in the chat, Zade Comics, Wookiee Supremacy.
Yeah, Wookiee Supremacy.
Billy Basco, what up, baby? What up, Billy?
Man.
Billy Basco.
Yeah. Comics are booming.
What's up, Fizzy? What's up, Fizzy?
Hip hop kaiju Billy Basco over here. Hey.
What's up, Phil? What's up, Johnny Cage? That's my brother from another mother, yo. I don't know why he's saying Lola is tiny.
Who's Aaron? Aaron?
Aaron Calamari. Aaron Calamari's been in this biz for a bit too. He like started around the same time I did, so I know Aaron. Aaron's awesome.
What's happening, Aaron?
Let's start with Dre. I want to start with your project and just kind of tell us a little bit about it, and I'm going to pull it up here while you're talking about it.
Welcome to the panel, Unknown Comic Artist.
Well, I started my comic book company, Prophecy Comics, for real this year because I wanted to start making like something. I guess I wanted to see and what my little cousins wanted to see. I guess, but the story, the first comic
Oh no,
Did we
Did
lose
we
him?
lose him?
we lost him.
Oh no.
All right.
Was he sitting in an airport?
No, I think he was at the laundromat, but I'm sure he'll come back, like, and tell
Where's
us
that
some more
echo
about
coming
this.
from? Where's that echo?
So we'll put this one on the side. It's all good. It's all good. It's not the end of the world.
All right, so it's not me echoing.
Yeah, where's that echo?
Wait, is it Tokame? Tokame, are you
Yes.
echoing?
I may be echoing. I don't know. Am I echoing?
You have headphones
I
in?
don't know yet.
I don't have anything running except for the phone. So
Let's see. Was it Tokame? I think it was Tokame.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he muted himself.
Okay, so we're all good. We're all good.
I'm sure Dre will be back.
Yeah, when Dre comes back, we'll go over his project. I'm gonna go on to Comic Cowboy.
Ooh, on to me. Hey, nice. Children of Genesis.
Hi.
So
Can I give my elevator pitch real quick?
yeah, definitely give your elevator pitch while I pull up your IGG.
So, after being abducted as infants, then raised by an alien and a spaceship, 96 children are dropped on a hostile alien world to weed out the chaff. I got a longer one too, but that's the quick one.
What can you tell us about it?
Well, okay, so an alien and his AI spaceship cohort, they abduct 96 children from the planet Earth to raise them to be beyond human capabilities, right? So,
Right.
like Captain America, but more so. You know what I'm saying? And this is because going under the general like idea that like in modern times nobody can achieve their full potential just due to the fact that there's just too much distraction. You know what I mean? Like you got to be a total monk in the mountains to reach one's full potential or whatever. Anyway, so this is 96 children raised outside of human culture, but not ignorant of human culture. They're raised knowing about human culture and what went on Earth. And if you read to page 8, there's like a big lie moment. You can read the first 12 pages for free, not for nothing. The link is like right after the first paragraph in the what you call it, the campaign here.
Right.
I'll read the longer synopsis right now, the longer one. As humanity frivolously quibbles itself into stagnation, the universe marches on as unconcerned with us as we are ignorant of it. An alien and his AI spaceship cohort abduct and raise 96 human infants to reach beyond human potential. 18 years after the children are abducted, they are ready to take on their Goge. With little more than their all-black blades and minimal rations, they seek survival on a devilishly hostile alien world. Right? So, if anybody knows what where the word agoge comes from, the word agoge comes from the Spartans, right? So they would send the children out, the young boys out into the wilderness to come back as men, or not to come back and become subject of Darwinism. This is exactly that. They were raised by this alien and this spaceship for a purpose, and now they're being dropped on this planet to make sure that they are capable of fulfilling this purpose they've been chosen and raised for.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I like this monster. Like that whole tapeworm look is like really fucking creepy, man.
That's the horripede. Yeah, that thing's like that thing's like 20 meters long. You know what I'm saying? It's got like 6 legs and a giant whip-like tail, and but
so I'm getting the vibe that we're gonna get some monsters up in this book, and I'm loving
Kaiju's up in here.
Yeah, no kaiju's.
Oh, I apologize.
Wait, just
you're
yet.
all good, man.
Just yet, right? So this is issue 1 of volume 1. Volume 1 is 3 issues. Volume 2 is 2 issues. Because I have like the first 5 volumes and a prequel comic that I want to do, right? Because Genesis and Hemingway met each other literal millennia ago, like 10,000 years plus. You know what I'm saying? Like this robot and this alien met each other, circling, orbiting Sagittarius A at the center of the Milky Way. You know what I'm saying? They met each other like, yo, what's up, homie? You know, like, Hemingway comes from an entire. He's the alien, and Genesis is the AI spaceship. So Hemingway comes from an entire other galaxy, and he's greeted. The first thing he's greeted with in this new galaxy is this AI, which, in his where he comes from, not exactly copacetic. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I guess I'll try this out. If this is where the logos has led me, this is where I guess I'm supposed to be, kind of thing. That's the pre-storyline to give a little context as to who some of these characters are.
Right on, right on.
So
Look at me, he's back.
what the fuck was that?
It's probably the little one. He's got a house full. So, but no, it looks good. Like I'm enjoying like the whole monster vibe I'm getting from this. So
yeah, that's if you scroll down a little more, there's some more monster stuff. That right there is what I'm calling the Butcher Blossom. That thing popping out of the water, absconding.
Now, will this be in black and white or will it be color?
It's in black and white. Colors are going to cost me more money than I have currently. The dream would be to get it colored, but I'm kind of skeptical. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to get all 3 issues in, and then go back and color the whole thing as one volume. You know what I mean? Right on. I mean, I'd like to have this one colored. The way the script is written, it's a colorful book. One funny part, actually, a little anecdote. So, as my artist Christian, Chris Cribbles, I gave you the link. As he's going through my script, he's like, "Bro, I'm super mad that I have to open my dictionary to read your script right now."
Okay, I'm gonna share your artist's Instagram right now so that we can see some of his art and people can get a feel of what kind of art that he's doing.
Please and thank you.
So just give me 1 second here. I'm gonna share that.
Who's in the chat right now?
Oh, we got Keely Chow, Johnny Cage, Lord Fernatra, who's saying, "There you
Oh,
go.
what up, Finn?
Put yourself out there."
What's up, Finn? Hey.
No, I love this. I love talking new projects. Like some of these projects I probably would never see if, like, you guys would post them or come on here and talk about them. Like I have no clue about them, right? Come on here.
Well, thank you for having us.
So here we go. Okay. I'm gonna mute Tokame for a minute. Tokame, you can unmute whenever you're ready. Just so that we can kind of hear what's being said.
Right now he's in Florida, so these top 3 pictures, he's got a booth somewhere in Florida that he's like selling his prints. That second row, the black and white, that's his comic book that he's doing. That's called Forever Night. That's a really cool project that I'm definitely down with.
He's got some awesome detail in here.
Yeah, I really like his style. I mean, he definitely that's his book, so he went the extra mile, and not for nothing, like there's a lot of like landmarks in his book. He lives right there in Harlem. My man is in Harlem, and he's got so many landmarks in this book. It was fun going through because I helped him with the lettering of his book. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: how did you end up meeting him and getting him on your book?
Well, we met on Reddit, which I know is a complete leftist hellhole, but I met this guy there, and I from most of his art I really like, and not for nothing, in the last year that we were dealing with each other, I feel like his art took like a couple of steps forward, not for nothing.
That was awesome. Like I love his monsters, like the scary faces. I'm all about it.
Yeah, he does cool work. That's why it was his style. You know what I mean? And because this is the way I kind of always envisioned Children of Genesis was like a like almost a manga style, but it's kind of like an American style with like a little less detail. A lot of the detail is in the coloring that he does, at least in his work, the way he does it.
Right on, right on.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't
Looks
do a lot
really
of.
good. So I'm guessing he's gonna bring your story to life in a different way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
What we
coloring of the
normally
sun
been
is really
seeing.
beautiful.
Yeah, no, he his colors. I really like his colors too.
What did you
Like
say,
my
Bionic Bro? I'm sorry.
Oh, I said the coloring of the sun, just that sunset back there, is really on point. I love how the yellow and the orange go blood red. It's really good.
Well, it brings out the eyes of the monsters, right?
That does, yeah.
Like it kind of all plays together, and so like as you're looking through it, like your eyes playing with like the monsters, but then you see the sunset and it brings it out.
No, I'd like this as a poster on my wall. That'd be excellent.
Hell yeah, man!
I'll tell him.
So, what brought you into this comic, Cowboy? What made you want to make a comic?
Okay, so it all went down. All right, this is gonna sound like super like esoteric and like kind of gay, but
No,
so
you're all good.
I had my first son, right, and like after a couple of months, I had this like dream, right, and I just kind of like woke up and like I journal, you know what I mean? I do that. Like writing became kind of like a hobby, you know, somewhere in my adulthood. I don't know exactly when it happened, but journaling is where it started. And like I just woke from this nightmare in the middle of the night and just started like writing what the nightmare was down, and Children of Genesis was it. Like this is I brought it to a friend of mine who I had been like I'd known since we're 3 and 5. Oh, what's up, Dre? You back, bro?
Dre's back. We were
Yeah.
hoping you would come back, brother.
Yeah, my phone had died, and I only got
no.
15%. I'm at the laundromat, so I'm like,
Oh no. So yo, charge that shit. Get yourself like 40% and come back, because I'm still talking.
No, you're all good. You're all good. Like we're probably gonna be going for a little bit talking about these projects. So if we need to like charge up or do something, like you're all good.
All right, cool. Thank you.
I don't want you to be worried that we aren't going to get to your project. And I will definitely mention it, even if you're not here. I will let people know about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't want you to be worried. It's all good. This is just.
No, I didn't want to just like leave out of here. I thought I didn't want y'all to think I just like left. I was like,
no, you're good.
No, we figure you may be having some technical issues.
yeah.
We all have them. We all have them. Like it's technology. It's not at its best.
Sure. So yeah, I'm gonna charge my phone and be back when it's on 4
Okay, you can do that, my brother. You can do that.
All right.
We'll be here.
All right. Thanks.
See you in a bit. So should I pick up where I left off?
Yes, and we got William Perdomo in the panel as well. So
How you doing, gentlemen?
What's happening, Will?
No.
I was fascinated by Comet's story, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Fascinated.
Fascinated, and that's not being facetious. I was truly listening. I'm like, oh, I don't want to interrupt. So please keep going.
Fucking thank you. All right. So to pick up where I left off, I had this nightmare. It was literally a nightmare, and I just like wrote it down in my journal, and then I told it to this childhood friend of mine, Anthony, who did him and Christian. They both did a logo, and I wasn't happy with either of them. But then I gave Anthony's logo to Christian, and Christian changed the logo, and now the logo, the Children of Genesis logo you see on the cover, that's the one. I still need a logo, like a COG. Like I kind of want this like Celtic knot thing going on, but nobody's gotten me one that is up to snuff yet. I've had like 6 of them done, and I'm not happy with any of them, so they don't get shown yet. So all right, so Anthony he tells me, he's like, I want to hear about it. So I tell him all about it. And a couple weeks later, he hits me up and he helps me write the outline for the first volume, and also helped me with. He did all the concept art, and then I brought all that concept art and the script. I elaborated on. I think I went through like 5 or 6 different drafts before I was like happy to bring it to an artist. And then it was searching for an artist. It took me like a year to find Christian. Everybody I found, they were either out of my price range or they, they were too busy. But Christian, I finally ran into somebody that was actually in New York that I could go have a beer with. You know what I'm saying? Like all these other people I was talking to, this is my baby. I couldn't bring it to them and be like, I couldn't like go to them and see them in person. You know what I'm saying? Like this kid, I could go chill with and go have a couple of beers and talk about and like actually befriend them, which in my opinion is like the only way to like creatively work with somebody. Like you got to kind of be friends. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Say, as someone who's from the South, I'm really digging the New York accent.
Thank you. The New York accent.
I got to agree with old Comet there. I mean, one of the great satisfactory things I've gotten from the business coming into it with Frega is having access to these people who have become very close friends, because it's very difficult to write in particular, because that's something that's very intimate and you're kind of trusting a lot in the artist. And if the artist is at odds with you or he's just a hired gun, it's a very awkward experience. Mm-hmm. So I can totally see what Comic Cowboy's talking about. You kind of want to kick it with the dude, be friends with him first. And it's almost like before you get into the relationship, you got to be friends.
Dude, this is my baby, bro. You know what I mean? I chose my baby mama properly.
Yeah.
I said,
you can't have the relationship first.
Many people do these days, right?
That's great.
You can't get married first and then get to know them, right? You got to get to know them, then get married.
I genetically we were a match, but like interpersonally, what are you gonna do? Hey.
Genetics is one thing, but if you're getting into a relationship with someone and like the personality isn't there or they're toxic, like you don't want that.
No, right. but we all go through, when we're young men, we all go through this phase. Anyway, we're getting completely off track here.
Women go through this too. I'm going to tell y'all, women go through this too. Like we deal with this too, like on the whole opposite level. Like, we're like, oh, well, can he provide for us for one, right? Like you want to make sure a man can financially provide, but you also want to make sure that like you can handle his childlike mental ability.
Whoa. Are you trying to say that the fact that we don't mature past 12 is like a problem? Is that what you're trying to say?
I am of the mindset that men mentally, you guys do not go past 16.
Yeah, no.
It's not inaccurate, but
and I love it. I love the whole mental capacity of a 16-year-old and like a 43-year-old man's body.
Oh shit.
Because
you leave me and my train set alone, okay?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Do what, Comment?
My train set. You leave me and my train set alone.
Yeah, like we have to like, okay, so women have to be on a different level than you men because we have to carry children and we have to be able to care for our children. But at the same time, we have to be able to care for you guys as well, right? Like we have to make sure that you're fed and that you have clean clothes. And all that stuff. So like,
who needs clean clothes?
That's all guys do. We look at
it's like we're on a whole different like mind level than you guys. But it's the way we were designed to be. It's the way God designed us to be, right? So, like, I'm good with it. I am totally good with it. These other women I hear that like these feminist women, no, forget that.
I like telling them to go shave their pits and then come back out. I'm not doing this thing.
Why would you not shave? Like, come on, ladies.
They do that. All right, listen. It's always like a trophy when you get as someone like myself, when you get one of these like super woke women to drop the panties for you, it's a win. It's always a win for men all over the world. I feel like I'm doing the world a service
Well, that's
whenever I
because
do it.
they actually they don't want woke men, right? Like
No,
woke
they
women
absolutely
do not
fucking
want
do
woke
not. They
men.
absolutely fucking do not. It's all bullshit.
It's
Like, how
because
much
they
do you
understand
bench?
that
Oh my god.
woke men are of a weaker and lesser value than say men who are alpha and who are actually putting themselves out there to, you know, financially stability.
Alpha or whatever. I think it's like
What if you're a
it's just,
Sigma? Then what?
I don't know what the fuck a Sigma is. All I know is that I don't have a fucking filter, and it's always worked for me.
Sigmas are a whole different breed of alphas that make most alphas cringe in their presence.
No, a Sigma male is actually a alpha who doesn't care about hierarchy.
Exactly.
So
I want to say what's up to Dog Gift. What's up, Dog Gift? What's happening?
they have the
Yeah, what's
same.
up, Dark
Wow.
Gift, my brother? What's up,
Hey, Dark
Anthony?
Gift.
Absolutely love Anthony. He is a great human being, great guy.
Hey, Flying Feline.
Fantastic Oracles in here.
Yeah, Flying
There's some
Feline.
names I don't recognize,
Up,
but that's
beautiful. I love Flying Feline. She's so sweet. If you guys have not checked her out, go check out her channel. She is awesome.
Flying
Awesome.
Feline.
Chat with
Yeah.
good people.
I'm getting distracted by reading Comic Cowboys pages. Sorry.
I'm
thank you.
sorry. I got distracted by feminism.
Yeah, I'm actually paying attention to your guest, Lola. I'm sorry, but you know.
No, like I think everybody should go check this project out. It looks awesome. I mean,
There's a $5 PDF tier if you don't like want to buy a book. That's fine, you know. But
man. Bump that up.
the book is done. So
the
as soon
book
as
is completely finished.
yeah, so as soon as the campaign's over, I'm gonna start shipping books. So you're gonna get your book pretty quick. Like,
All right, so we're not going to have to wait for like the next 2 years to get it, right?
no, I'm hoping the guy I'm dealing with, he takes like 2 weeks. He's got a whole back order. The printer that I'm dealing with, so it's gonna be like a 2 week turnover time between when I get the money and I get all the prints that I'm gonna get, and then when I start shipping them. But
Right on, man.
I just got some test prints. I posted on my Instagram. I got the two color covers and the cover you were showing before. That's the original cover. Then the other cover with the two main characters.
Wait, this is the original cover?
That's Christian's cover. Yes, that's
Okay.
Christian. And then the next cover that's colored below that. That's a childhood friend of mine. This kid from my neighborhood who moved, but he's kind of like a retired artist who like kind of gave up on it. But like it's a huge flex in my neighborhood that I got him to do this cover. Like I use it against I use it against like, all my friends.
I'm almost tempted to get you to say my neighborhood again.
In my neighborhood? What?
My neighborhood. I love it. I'm sorry. You guys don't know me very well, but like being from the South, when I hear other accents, I tend to go like crazy, right? Because I'm like, oh my god, it's a different accent, and I love it. I absolutely love the New York accent when it's authentic. So
you haven't gotten your moonshine yet, so you haven't gotten as country as a kitchen coop yet.
no, I ain't got that country yet, my brother.
Did you just say as a country as a kitchen coos? What the fuck did you just say?
No, not kitchen coos. Kitchen coop.
No,
Not a kitchen coos. We're not in LA.
no. Look, I'm from Tennessee, and so like
Well,
I
got
get
those in
really
LA, man, in
country
San Francisco.
sometimes. Like my accent gets really thick and strong when I get drunk.
Yeah.
And
It takes that Tennessee whiskey.
yeah, it takes the Tennessee whiskey and the Tennessee moonshine to get me there. But like when I hear other accents, especially like a New York accent or an accent from like another country, I'm just like I'm overwhelmed with it. I'm like I just want to keep hearing it.
Can I have? Can I? I'm sorry. I'm like a jerk. I'm gonna. I need 2 minutes. My son's at the door asking for me. All
No,
right.
you're good.
I'll be right back.
You're good. So, yeah, so everybody should go check out Children of Genesis on Indiegogo because this looks awesome, you guys. And like, he's already got it finished. He's ready to ship whenever the campaign is finished.
Yeah, his names for his monsters are on point too. It's crazy. It's so good. It's classic. Like, what do you call that one right there? The Blossom.
Let's go.
The Blossom something, but his names are on point.
So yeah, this looks really good, you guys. Like, I'm seeing no reason that people shouldn't be out here backing it.
How many pages did you say it was going to be?
Let's see if he has here 30-page issue. So
Okay,
30
wow.
pages.
That's pretty thick. Yeah.
Yeah, for a first-time run, yeah, that's really good.
It's impressive.
Will, you got anything to say about this one?
The first cover is beautiful.
Right?
That's my favorite of the two. I wanted to ask him where you got the idea, like where this came from, because I was reading his pages. I'm just curious where his story and his themes are coming from.
I feel like he's got some underlying theology in here too.
Right.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
There's layers to this.
So I find that really interesting.
Yeah,
See,
I'm more
look at
curious.
my chat. Who's
What's
in my
up?
chat right now? Lord Finatra's still hanging out. What's up, my brother?
Sigmas, I would say, Lord Finatra, that gammas are liabilities. Sigmas tend to not care.
Gammas or omegas tend to be a liability.
Yeah, but
I don't get
yeah.
the whole alpha, gamma, sigma thing. Maybe Will can explain that to us.
Sounds like a good frat party to me.
We can go to the social sexual hierarchy if you want.
Right?
I would consider myself a pretty solid delta.
Yeah.
I mean, do females have this? Do we have this?
No, it's so complex. We have no idea what the female hierarchy is. Nobody figured it out
a long time ago.
When I talk about females, like I find certain females interesting that I connect with because they're on a different wavelength than per se, say a feminist female who's all about being superior to men.
Mhm.
Like I find that kind of behavior disgusting, right? But the females who actually want to uplift and encourage and be a part of something, I find those females attractive, and I'm attracted to those females, and so I tend to want to be friends with them, and I want to help them, and I want to be a part of whatever universe they're a part of. Whereas feminist females, I'm more like, ooh, you're gross to me.
Well, it also depends on the type of feminist, which is one of the problems. There's so many different fucking waves that you can't stay on top of, which is the current mentality.
They're all cringe, but when you talk circles around them, that's the best part. That's
you just catch a case if you do that.
No, you don't catch it. Stop it. Come on, man. That's not how it goes down.
I caught a case twice for talking around them.
Oh, no. All right, I didn't know all that. My bad, bro. I've never actually caught a case.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you win an argument.
That's my gun.
You lose
Hola,
the
Johnny
battle.
Case, ¿cómo estamos, bro?
Not my can. My
You English speakers all sound the same? What is Johnny Cage?
Johnny Cage, I think, is Brazilian. I believe he's Brazilian.
Brazilian?
I believe he's Brazilian. Don't quote me on that because he
He's a
might
Portuguese.
Hey, Johnny Cage, you all about that Bolsonaro, bro? I'm all about that Bolsonaro, bro.
Hey, Kama, you said you're from Harlem, right?
No, I'm not from Harlem. I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Okay, so you're
my
Italian?
artist, I'm part Italian. I'm mostly British Irish.
British Irish and a little bit Italian.
A third Italian.
Just a good third.
Yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. Where I'm at, like my family's been here since the Prohibition era, so it's kind of like,
oh wow,
yeah.
So you guys came over with that big wave. One half of your family.
The Irish part, yeah.
Okay.
My great grandfather is a race trader, and as an Irishman, married a English woman, right? So
Oh damn! I know you did not just go there.
I mean, excuse me, the English did regard the Irish as a whole nother BC
Yeah,
race. So
that was the whole point of what I just said. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Irish Catholic man who fled Ireland, you know what I'm saying, under dubious circumstances.
Yeah.
In the 20s.
You should have seen how Irishmen are classified in the slave trade. You know, it's not a very flattering
Look
picture.
here. I want to tell y'all. I got it before y'all go any further. I am Irish, Cherokee, and Scandinavian. So.
And why are you so short?
Like a
So-
trifecta.
So what's wrong? I'm Irish, and I'm a little bit Scandinavian, but it's Irish, British, and Italian.
Italian. Okay. Cool. All right. So the question I had while you were away, getting back to the book, is where do the themes of this book come from?
I'm a comic book guy, 100%, but like sci-fi novels are like really my thing. So like Dune, Isaac Asimov, the Foundation series, like Arthur C. Clarke. I mean, really, that's Robert Heinlein. Not for nothing, like the whole bug thing going on in here. This is a whole, kill them all. Like service guarantee citizenship. There's a lot of influences in here.
Okay.
A lot of influences in here. I feel like, and as far as like comic book creators, it's the typical, like I'm the carpenter guy, the blue collar guy who wants to make comic books. So like, of course, Alan Moore is like top of the list, and I don't know, but yeah, I'd say Dune is my number one thing. I've read the Dune series, even the Brian Herbert books that everybody gives a ton of shit for.
Oh, damn.
I've read those too. Like I can't help myself. You know what I mean? If you're gonna expand the lore that I love, I'm gonna consume it. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Without rhythm.
Okay, I can see Dune in here. When I was looking at your pages.
Yeah, I can see it.
There's a bit of that, but the Dune inspiration definitely comes further down the line. Right?
Especially the idea here, it seems like you're doing is like the whole axiom, God created Arrakis to train the faithful, right? So it seems like you have this planet that's there to kind of perform a controlled, let's say, natural selection or selective pressure on these kids.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Although, it's a Gogi, right?
Yeah, they're a Gogi. They're being tested. Exactly. This is like their final exam. Like, all right, we've taken you this far. Now it's up to you to break through and attain that next level and get to where you need to be. Not to become what we want you to become, but just to be able to try and become what we want you to become, kind of thing. Because
is this a spiritual becoming or is this a physical becoming?
Physical, spiritual.
I just want to say, Johnny Cage is called Google, buddy. Google. Okay. Sorry.
Oh no, the gringos learned about Bolsonaro. Yeah, I love Bolsonaro, bro. If you're not down with Bolsonaro, I don't know what to tell you. You down with those commies, bro? Oh no.
I don't know what North Sinatra thinks about my people, the Argentinians and Uruguayans, but hopefully
What? You're from Argentina? How do you feel
about... My mother's from Argentina and my pops is from Uruguay.
How do you feel about Pinochet?
Like, has Argentina had a functioning government in 70 years? I mean, it doesn't matter.
I mean, it did when it got rid of the commies. It did all right.
I mean, it kind of, and then it went back down the toilet when they decided to take on the British.
Well,
right. So, like I said, the government doesn't matter because they haven't had one in 70 years.
Mm-hmm. I'm just playing douchebag because Pinochet is like this.
Now I gotta ask, Cowboy, are you gonna offer like more art views of this to see how it progresses?
What do you mean?
Like, are you gonna put up more art to show people?
Oh, updates. Yeah,
updates.
I really don't. Like I said, I'm giving away the first 12 pages for free. I really don't want to.
Okay.
I really don't want to. Like that's
I get you.
where I leave that off to be a bit of a spoiler. I leave that off walking to the woods
Okay.
to
So
start the Agoge. Right?
everybody can go and check out the first 12 pages right here at this little blue link that's right here. Right? The Dropbox here.
Mhm.
That's,
That's what I'm looking at right now. Beautiful pages.
He's good. Christian's good, man.
Yeah.
I really, you know, if I had the money, there are like things I'd like ask him to go in and like slightly tweak. But I mean, I didn't have the money to do all that. We did a bunch of panel edits. You know, we went through the whole book, and like there was one page specifically that I remember that it was just one panel. Right? I was like, this whole page is perfect, bro. I was like, but this one panel is driving me nuts. I hate it. I hate its guts. I want to throw it in the garbage, and I never want to see it again. and he came, like, we both had different ideas on what to do, and then he drew something entirely different, but was better than anything either of us had said. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, I just there's something about that process, that like back and forth, that I'm addicted to now. I'm entirely addicted to, and like whether I make $300, the 114 I have right now, or I make $10,000, the issue 2 is coming out regardless, because I'm addicted to this process. That's just
Scroll
all
down,
there is
Lola.
to it.
Keep going. Scroll down to the last page.
Okay, hold on.
Because there's a panel there that I thought was really, really beautiful.
This one?
Keep going up a little bit. It's when the three kids are kind of like they're suiting up, and they're in like a formation. Maybe I can't see it. You're not looking at the Dropbox link.
No, I didn't hit the Dropbox link.
Oh, okay. It was a panel in there where it was a very beautiful panel where they're in their kind of biosuits. I don't know what they are, like a mech suit. I don't know.
No, it's not even a mech suit. It's just like they're on the planet Relpec. They can breathe the air. It's fine. But yeah, you don't have to log in.
This?
Yeah, go all the way down.
This. Okay.
But they have like almost a digitized like face shield that can like pop up as soon as they like go underwater or anything.
It is the next one, I think. Down. I wanted to show everybody how beautiful the art is. Sorry if I'm taking up your time, guys. I apologize.
No, you guys are fine. Like
this one, that's a cool panel right there.
I want to talk about these projects.
Up, back up. This one right here, that's a cool panel where they're sitting up right here.
Yeah, right. This is where I'm trying to leave you. I'm leaving you walking into the forest. Like the adventure begins as soon as we go into. You know what I'm saying? Like the book. I wrote it as a 90-page jam, which actually it's kind of like 96 now. After a few more revisions of issue 2 and 3, but like it just kind of worked out perfect, where these different moments in the comic were just like good like stop points, you know, or at least I felt like they were good stop points. And one more thing. Okay, so these bubbles are garbage, right? In this PDF, I just want to say that right now. I've been told. So when I was told that, I went back and reletted the whole book. So what happened was, so I letted Children of Genesis, and then the book that Christian is making, my artist, Forever Night, he asked me to letter his book. So I lettered his book, and then like I found, like I was like, oh shit, I'm like kind of getting better at this. And then somebody told me that the bubbles were terrible. Literally translates to slave. What was he saying?
In English, yes. Not in Slavic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that's where the word slave comes from?
It's like in our language, not their language.
Uh-huh.
Right.
In English.
Where was I?
They don't call themselves slaves. You know,
I'm sorry.
we call them
I
slaves.
totally distracted you. I'm sorry.
No, it's so good.
You were talking about lettering.
Oh, right. So I just read. You guys know George Gattis, Joe King?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Joe King, he gave me a ton of pointers on like how to, like this space right here. You're looking at these bottom bubbles here. They're like giant bottom bubbles. That giant space between that one word and the next line of words. Like that's all, I redid all of that. Like all of that is the dialogue itself didn't change, like the script didn't change, but the bubbles
Right.
and the positioning of the words, like I went through it one more time and redid the whole thing. So what you're getting here is the same dialogue. It's just going to be presented in a different way in these bubbles because I got better at it as I did it. You know what I'm saying?
I can
I guess
appreciate that.
the final question I want to ask before we go to was it Bionic Bra? Sorry, I couldn't see it from here. I wanted to ask you about this other part. Is the story going to get? Because it seems like there's sort of almost a Jodorowsky kind of theme in this too. Like
giggity. Yo, stop fucking gassing my head up, bro. You know?
like you know what I'm talking about, right? That kind of Mobius sort of French kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And is it going to get more philosophical, more spiritual as it goes, or
I think the whole thing. I like to think in the interview I posted. I'd like to think that like you guys decide whatever quality it is, but I'd like to think that I present old sci-fi tropes in a new fashion with a lightheartedness, and we're definitely delving into some deep philosophical ideas. Like that's the whole point of this. I didn't read Frank Herbert over and 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 the fuck over again to fucking write. As much as I love Dragon Ball Z, I'm a giant Goku and Vegeta guy. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't gonna be nobody charging up for 3 fucking, you know what I mean? Nobody's gonna charge up for 3 pages and talk about their whole fucking give up their whole maniacal plan. Like that's not what we're doing here. We're trying
Now
to
let me ask you this: is this a one shot and done, or are you planning on keep going with this?
If I told you I had 50,000 plus words, 14 scripts, 5 volumes, and a prequel project in the works, would you say that was planning ahead?
I would say Comic Cowboy is not fucking around.
I mean, this is like I said, this is the hope is to make these for years to come. You know what I'm saying? Like between page 7 and page 9, because there's an ad on page 8. Right. So between page 7 and page 9, there's a whole story to be told there, right? The Arcadian years. There's a whole other the raising of the children of Genesis.
Well, there seems like so much that you could do with this. Like there's so much more that's broader to this that you could branch out to that could bring in more. You know what I mean?
Well, if this isn't successful, right? If we don't hit $1,000, this is totally fine. What's happening is I'm going to continue with this storyline here, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to also jump to volume 5 because volume 5 is already written, and I can continue to write 7, 8, and 9 in a way that doesn't spoil 2, 3, and 4, and kind of get to the superhero stuff. Do like a hot start into the superhero stuff in volume 5, which is what it's already written, because there's like a conflict that carries over from 4 to 5. So like, hot starts with not much explanation with superhero stuff. Hopefully that might sell better if the hard sci-fi that Children of Genesis doesn't sell as well as I had hoped.
I have one final question for you before I'm going to ask the same thing about Bionic Bra when we get to them, because I like to ask this of all writers, because I have it. I think we all got it, and you kind of talked around it, which is like, you've read thousands of novels or hundreds of novels, and you're obviously have thought about these things quite a bit. What is one philosophical concept that you kind of always bring into your stories? What are you interested in? Like what are you thinking about before you go to bed? What's in your head? What are you constantly working out?
Wholeness and balance, and how to achieve all the different things that one wants to achieve without hindering any other aspect of it, like without neglecting other parts of your life. Right?
Wholeness and balance.
Right on.
That's kind of what I'm trying to talk about here. Like that's the whole basis for the story. I think.
We all do it.
There's gonna be giant kaiju battles, and you know what I'm saying. But with with a bit of that sewn into the fabric. You know what I'm saying?
Which brings us into Bionic Bro. Like Bionic Bro
Bionic
has
Bro.
fulfilled. He has fulfilled a campaign, y'all. Like he has actually put out a comic and like fulfilled. I've seen people talking about his comic. It looks absolutely amazing and absolutely beautiful. I think I might
Appreciate it.
have backed his comic, but I haven't received it yet.
He's putting us to shame.
Oh,
Putting us
no.
to shame.
I'm not here to put anybody to shame, man. I'm just here to have fun.
So I want to talk about this though, because like I think what you guys are doing is absolutely amazing, and I love the indie scene, right? Like I completely grew into the indie scene a few years ago when this whole Comicsgate thing came about, and so seeing what you guys are doing and what you're putting out there and the stories that you're putting out there with the art is just it.
Yeah,
I don't
I've
know
really
how to
enjoyed
explain it.
everybody. I mean,
Like-
we wouldn't be able to do this without the community that we're in. The whole indie circuit. I mean, it grew because so many people saw how each other were helping out, and that's why I came to it.
Well, like we were tired, right? Like we were tired of what the big two was giving us,
Yep.
and we were saying, no, we're tired of this shit. Like, stop trying to push your politics and your sexual identities onto us. Like, stop trying to push it to our children. We just want good stories with good art that doesn't have any of that shit. Like, we have that shit in our normal life, right?
Yeah, which is why I don't watch the news anymore.
Like, why exactly do we want this in our entertainment? Like, as far as movies go, our comics go, our books go, our music goes, we do not want this shit. We are so tired of it. And so when I found the indie scene that I found, I'm just like, I'm amazed, right? I'm amazed at what's coming out. And Cobalt has been one of those books that just really taken me by surprise because, like, everybody has just embraced it.
Yeah, Cobalt for me has been pretty much a cathartic story that I've written. Back in 2013, I had an accident in a factory where a coworker wasn't paying attention, so I lost 4 fingers on my left hand. And so,
shit!
Were you a machine?
How did you do that? What happened?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you know, I was working on the assembly line. Coworker was on the opposite side. Press start while I was in the machine, and you know, history's made. And so,
Hey, like I'm a carpenter, but I'm a dock builder, right? So like everybody who works on the barges is like,
oh yeah,
missing a fingertip or something. That's or whole middle fingers, all 4, bro. That's fucked up. That's damn.
Yeah, I'm all thumbs at this point.
But you got a sense of humor about it, and that's good.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
That's
you got
good.
2
That's
options
good.
in life. You either have fun with it or you bitch about it. It's your choice.
Don't be a miserable cunt.
Right. I ain't got time for it.
This for a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah, just talk.
Sure.
So what we got here? We got Cobalt.
Yeah.
Beautiful, a great name and a great title.
Appreciate
nice
it,
looking
man.
logo you got here, man. So what do we guys got? So what got you? Why did you choose this mashup of cyberpunk and neo-noir? And neo-noir, like cyberpunk is kind of neo-noir, but why cyberpunk? What are you into about cyberpunk?
I haven't seen it done for the superhero setting yet. So that's what I'm doing. I'm mixing up the worlds of supers and masks and putting them in the cyberpunk setting. That way, there's not really any room for error on the super's part because now the technology is out there where you can actually, stand against somebody with super strength or super speed. The technology is now there. So what's your excuse for being super? It's basically
so there's people that are naturally superheroes, so to speak, that have like they're mutants, and then there's people who are. So it's essentially natural versus science. So
exactly,
you've got bionics versus mutants.
It's like that whole idea from The Incredibles with Syndrome.
Right.
Let's just say that was brought to. Let's see that was brought about. So now all those weapons are now like on the streets. You can buy them at high price. The cartels are selling them to individuals throughout the gangs of Atlanta. And here we are. But yeah, go ahead.
So my question is, so is Cobalt himself, the main character, is he a mutant or is he enhanced?
He's neither, man. He's just natural.
Really?
Yeah. The only thing that you see that's been enhanced is his hand.
And is that autobiographical?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
when you got hurt, is this when you were kind of thinking about this when you were convalescing?
Right. So when I became part of what they call the limb different community, I met a lot of guys who, kind of became my friends through, support and, just going to different conventions and whatnot. And we were walking down Artist Alley at Dragon Con. And one of my buddies asked me, who's in the limb different community, he was like, "Hey man, have you ever had an idea for a superhero before?" I was like, "Who fucking hasn't, really? Everybody's had that idea." And so I told him my spiel, kind of, it was kind of murky because I hadn't put it all together yet for Cobalt. But he was like, "I'm going to get you in touch with somebody." And I thought nothing of it. And this was back in 2018. And lo and behold, a guy named Travis Rivas, who's with the Accidental Aliens and San Diego, actually hit me up and said, "Dude, I heard you got a story. Let's put it in an anthology." I was like, "Fuck yeah." So Cobalt's 7-page origin story is included in this 32-page comic, full-length comic now at the back of the book. But I did the 7-page origin story for it. I fell in love with just the aspect of being able to create and tell a story. And I caught the bug, and now I wanted to do a full-length feature for Cobalt, and this is issue 1, and what I hope to become a full-length series that is ongoing.
So you want to do this pretty much you want this to be your Savage Dragon. You just want to keep writing this guy forever.
Oh, you know it. And I mean, I've got other ideas in the back of my mind just sitting there, that deal with mythology and folklore.
I have seen people posting their Cobalts, and it absolutely looks beautiful.
Yeah, I've been seeing this a lot around. I was wondering what it was. I kept seeing this character all over Twitter when I'm looking at it. I'm like, who the hell is that?
I remember when you first launched, and just how awesome it was that you were coming up with this character and this IP, and
yeah, it's been a while coming.
So
we didn't know who you were, right? But now that we're seeing it being delivered and seeing people posting theirs, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed this. How did I miss this? Oh my God. It sucks at the same time. I'm like, I want this book.
I mean, you can still get it. It's in demand for a short period of time.
I'm interested in the story element, though. I'm curious. Are the two sides, say the Bionics and the Supers and Cobalt in between, are those two kind of ambivalent? One's not necessarily better than the other? Are the Supes bad guys?
Oh, yeah, man. You got bad people all around Atlanta. I mean, it's just who's working for who at this point.
I see. Okay, so we're talking a future of cartels, a future of crime organizations, not necessarily individuals.
Right. I mean, that's exactly how the character Jesse Jensen, a.k.a. Cobalt, started out. It has the trope of how he lost his mother. He actually tried to join a cartel to make some quick cash for her hospital bills. Things went haywire one night, got jumped, lost the merchandise, lost the cash. So Esmeralda Blasco, the runner of the cartel, decided to take compensation in the form of his 4 fingers. And so he got down and out about it. He met some people who also lost limbs, whether they're vets or, working on the assembly line. And one of the ex-Marines named Thomas Rogers took him under his wing, saw the anger in Jesse's eyes, and was trying to help him kind of move that into a more productive manner. And that productive manner, it became Cobalt.
Right on, man.
So it was kind of like a Yakuza ritual. He failed and had to hand over his pound of flesh.
Oh, most definitely.
Cool. And you're going with the cyberpunk trope of the kind of blending of corporate and crime. Like for example, out of William Gibson, you've got the Yakuza, and you've got they act as a security for corporations, like they did in feudal Japan for merchants.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like the person that actually created his prosthesis, he's going to meet later down the line, and we're not going to know for a while whether he's good or bad.
So how
He's
many
going
of these do you have planned out?
right now, just until we're done. For this actual story arc, I have it going anywhere from 4 to 7 issues, depending on how much I want to put in there at this point. Right now, if I needed to close it off for any reason, I have it up to 4 issues. But if I get the room and get the time and enough people are interested, I have 7 issues ready for this story arc. And then we're just going to keep going until, I don't know, until I get hit by a bus or something else happens.
I just want to point out to my chat that I have seen you around Twitter like nonstop promoting, like nonstop. I've seen you.
I've been that tick that you're trying to get out of your ear. I've been that guy. So
No, I don't think you're that guy at all. Like, I think it's great that you're out there putting yourself out there, because a lot of people don't understand with this whole indie scene that you have to put yourself out there and you have to let people know who you are and you have to let people know what you're doing, or else people don't see it, right? Like, they don't understand what you're doing. And so if you're not putting it out there, then people aren't going to back it because they don't know you exist there.
Right.
And Tellian has been one of the comics company, as what I'm going to call it right now, that has really been out there pushing himself and pushing like what he's doing out there for people. And I think that a lot of people could take notes from what you're doing because they don't understand that.
It's really impressive.
Shill.
I appreciate it.
Shill.
No, that's what this is. This is a chill and chill stream, y'all. This is about chilling out with some homies and letting them shill their product and tell us what they're doing. You know, we've got Comic Cowboy here that's shilling his comics.
Children of Genesis. Yay.
I gotta ask Lola a question
have to
at this point.
get comfortable shilling.
Lola.
Yeah.
How many milligrams?
I've not had any milligrams tonight, but I am on I don't know what number of Trulies tonight.
Okay.
There we go.
I got high lives. I'm going full white. I'm going full white trash over here with my high lives.
I just emptied out some.
Like that's something that really irritates me within the community is that people don't want to put themselves out there and they don't want to talk about their product. But at the same time, you have to let people know what you're doing, or else people don't see this.
Oh yeah, but I came at it from a different angle too, being the new guy. Like I went into it knowing that nobody was going to know my name or who I was. So I just became that guy, that little brother that just keeps tapping you on the thigh, going, "Hey, can I come on your stream and just, chill, chat, kind of lay back, see what goes on, see how it works?" And the first people that actually allowed me or had me on were Kimasabi and Dean over on Comicsmate.
Right.
And, you picked up a backer, by the way. Romer So Pervy City backer.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
dude, appreciate it.
Awesome. Romer is a Tug supporter, so I absolutely love Romer. Like,
thank you, Romer.
Great guy,
Very impressive.
great supporter.
What do we call it here? We got Black Rose Comics. He calls it the B Rose Bump, and then you got the Bancroft. What do you call it? Bancroft Bump. Is there one over here? Like Lola or something?
Lola.
Isn't
Lola.
Bancroft
I've
Logan?
been around for the last 5
Yeah.
years, guys.
Yeah, he is.
Like, I've seen and heard some things. I've been around the block a few times. Like, I know how this works. You know what I mean? Like,
Hold
I've
up,
done this a few times.
Can I say something?
Sure.
You got me another backer. I just want to say,
cool.
I want to say
go.
Thank you guys.
Awesome. I'm so happy. Like,
Thank you
the
guys.
more people look. Okay, so we can't go out here and complain about the mainstream, right? Like, this is my thing. You cannot go out here and bitch about the mainstream and what the main two comics companies are doing if you're not gonna back your alternative, right? Like, you have people that are offering you an alternative. They're offering you good stories. They're offering you good art. So why exactly are you out here bitching about this, but yet you don't want to support the people that are coming out and giving you something good, something different? You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
totally agree. Like, there's so many people that are still, I don't know. It just happened like a week and a half ago, but people are still bitching about Tim Drake. I was over it after day 2. It's obvious this is what they're doing. We can keep, promoting it because every time we talk about it, it's still hitting those numbers for them on the other side.
Right.
So if we just completely put that aside, leave it alone, and just talk about whatever indie circuit we're going to be part of, and let that trend, that'll help our algorithms instead of theirs. So I'm definitely done talking about DC, Marvel, at least on the Twitter
here's the
side of it.
thing. DC and Marvel, they're backed by Disney, and they don't give a
Yep.
shit about what we have to say about it.
Exactly.
Like, the only way we can talk to them and them understand is if we talk with our bank accounts and our pocketbooks, right?
That's the only numbers they know. That's
Yeah.
the only ones they know.
There's also this-
If your market presence is bigger, we're on par with them.
I don't know. He got excited.
I'm sorry.
I feel like a monkey just came in.
well, kind of.
But you got me all hyped because, like, until Kathleen Kennedy's gone, I refuse to spend another
No,
dime.
they
on
renewed
any-
their contract.
Well, that's the thing. We cannot sit here and bitch about these mainstream companies, right? Like, when did it become okay?
I'm trying to
for us-
replace it.
Later, Lord Finatra. Have a good one.
Deuces, Finn. Thanks for having me on the
Take it
stream
easy,
this
brother.
morning. And thanks
Thanks
for the
for being
pep
here.
talk.
Sinatra,
I appreciate the
absolutely
pep
love you,
talk,
brother.
Kogi.
I think what you're doing is absolutely amazing, and I love your streams. I tune in as much as I can. I may not comment, but I
Yeah.
do tune in, and I think what you're doing is awesome, my brother. Like, keep on doing what you're doing.
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
Lola,
Keeping on.
I want to add this to what you guys said about the Tim Drake thing and the big two in general, and what I'm happy about these two gentlemen are doing is, okay, fine. Tim Drake is bi, he's gay, whatever. But in the
Yeah.
end, we have 80 years worth of Batman stories that you can go back to and put on your shelf. Do we really need another one? Does it matter? Who cares? You guys are doing new stuff. Let's have some new ideas. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of sick of reading Batman. I read it my whole life.
That
I'd like
is
to read
probably my
Cobalt.
biggest complaint.
So check out
when it
Cobalt
comes-
and Children of Genesis.
Exactly.
What?
At least it's a new idea. At least it's a new set of eyes on something new. And again, if you want Batman, there's 80 years of stories.
Mhm.
That has to be my biggest complaint when it comes to like entertainment business, as far as movies, comics, music, even like
Remix, refresh, rewind, do
like
this
there's
same shit.
there's no imagination, there's
It's
no
tired.
creativity.
Right.
It's like, let's recycle this and let's regender and recolor
Right.
whatever this
Regender.
character is.
All the regenders and the resexings are just
Yeah.
remakes, essentially, for an audience they think is there. That's all
Yeah.
it really
What
is.
do you
Your
think-
boy,
What
Your
was
boy-
the last thing that was famous for Batman? The Batman Who Laughs? That was the last thing, and how long ago was that?
I
And
don't know.
before that, what was
Are you
there?
talking,
Your boy Zach
the-
just made a video about this. Your boy Zach.
Oh,
just
really?
had a- yeah, he just had a video just about that. He's like, listen, there's like a cycle of these businesses, and what did he say? He
Mhm.
said something to the effect of like they have 70 years of stories that they can still sell to you, old stories, and now they're just like allowing these people to like run them into the ground because fuck it, we're making enough profit on the old stuff as it is, you know.
The
Like,
corporations don't care. They don't care about what your concerns are. They care about the money, right?
yeah, corporations
Yeah, like the new
don't care
Batman
about
movie.
you.
It's Batman Forever with a darker cloak on it. That's all it is.
Pretty much. Or a different gender, right? Let's put a vagina in hell, that'll make it better.
There you go.
And it's not like they didn't do that before, right? Because we had Batgirl, we had Supergirl, we had Power Girl, we had all these different female. It's not like they didn't. We like the comic book industry has always been fairly left leaning. You know what I'm saying? It's always been from the beginning. You know what I mean?
It's like they
But-
don't understand like how vaginas and penises work.
I mean, it's not exactly rocket science or red rocket
Yeah,
science.
Well, it is rocket science to them because they're not
yeah.
scientists anymore.
We got our friend Dre back in here. What's up, Dre?
There we go.
Dre, you're
Dre.
back from the laundromat. That's what's up.
I'm back at
Good
home.
background. There we go.
Yeah. You ready to pitch your project after Cobalt here or whoever's next?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
I don't mind.
What's
Are
up,
you
dude?
ready, Dre?
He's actually just in time.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
he still pitching his? I don't want to interrupt him.
Nobody
Yeah,
forgot
I
about
wanna
Dre.
kick
Don't worry about it.
Cobalt off If
Well, I gotta
my
ask Cobalt.
mother here.
I gotta ask Cobalt my question. So,
Mm.
philosophically speaking, what's the thing in this book that you think about the most that you kind of play with that's important to you as a man?
Well, as I said, this was very much a cathartic thing for me. So it's always, is he going to come out better? Is he going to come out stronger? Is the doubt going to leave him? You know, there's a lot on his shoulders after he blames himself for the loss of his mother, the loss of his hand, and now he's taking care of his 12-year-old brother in a motel that's run down because he can't go back home because the Iranian know where he lives. So he's very much got a lot on his plate, and it's very much can he make it out alive? Does
I
he
just
want
want
to?
to point out to my chat that I've heard nothing but good things about Cobalt. So if
I
you've not
appreciate
backed
it.
it yet, go
So
and
it's-
back it.
Essentially, so we've got wholeness and balance, and for you, survival and fortitude.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
very
Is it
impressive.
enough? Will it ever be enough?
Right on, man. Right on.
It's pretty impressive. I poked my nose around for the last couple months on it, and I'm rather impressed by it.
I appreciate it.
No,
See,
it looks
we
really
got some
good.
philosophy in
Like,
these books, man.
what can you tell us
Yeah.
about it, your artist?
The cover artist is Max Bertolini. He's done covers for both Heavy Metal Magazine and Dark Horse Comics. And then the
I'm sold.
interior
When you say
artist.
heavy metal, I'm sold.
Yeah, he actually did the trading card art that you get if you were if you signed up early on the mailing list. You get this as your trading card. It's a metal trading card done by Phoenix Animation, but that's art by Max Bertolini. And then the interior art is by Erwin Arosa. He's a Filipino artist, lives out in the Philippines, and we've been doing everything back and forth on Google Drive. He's a great guy. He's done a lot of work. He's doing a couple things for other comics out there, and I can't say anything but good things about him. It's been great working with him. I consider him a friend at this point. And yeah, I have him on issue 2 also.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I'm super excited about this.
Appreciate it. That picture that you got right there, that is actually a 12 by 18 metal print poster that you can get if you back one of the tiers.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
Like I'm overwhelmed and in awe of the art and the storyline. Like I love the fact that you put your own self into this.
Yeah.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah,
Barton.
I always hear some negative things about people going and kind of putting their own like selves or things that have happened to them in books and everything, but I think it stands far enough away from me to be its own while it still has the elements that readers want to be able to attach themselves to.
Well, people don't like self-inserts, right? But at the
Well,
same
you're
time,
going. The worst insert I've ever seen was Stephen King in The Dark Tower.
Oh
exactly.
God, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
come
that
on.
was pretty bad.
that was a train wreck.
You got one half of the Barton Bros in here. You got Corey.
Yeah, Corey Barton.
What's up,
Going on,
Corey?
Corey?
Where's Clayton tonight?
Yeah, where's Hannibal?
We miss our Hannibal.
Yeah, Hannibal Clayton, man. I got to have him around, my philosophical friend.
No, like I love this. I love what you guys are doing. I think Cobalt looks absolutely amazing. I think the storyline is superb.
Appreciate it.
I really think that what you're doing here is it's good, right? Like it's really a good storyline with a good art.
And deeply personal.
Y'all
it
are the
sounds
readers.
like.
You got to tell me how good it is. I believe it's good, but you
and-
got
No,
to tell
like
me.
I've had a lot of people come in and say, "Hey, this is this is top notch. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, on YouTube, even that have done their unboxings of this, and they're super excited about this, and they're super excited about what you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah,
Not
And
gonna lie.
It
Dan
actually,
Flegel
it's a
back.
it's a personal. It seems like a pretty. It's a bit of a self-insert, not meant in a derogatory way, of course, but like,
right.
you know what I'm saying. You're like,
I
you're
get what
bringing
you
a
mean,
bit
yeah.
of you're bringing in a bit of your own life to this character, and I'm sure that might add a bit to the story.
No, I'm
Sure.
excited about this, and you know, I missed the first one, so I'm wondering if you're gonna do a second like catch up
Yeah.
here.
When I launch issue 2's campaign, there will definitely be a tier where you can get both issue 1 and issue 2. But
That's
right
awesome
now,
because someone like me who stepped away for a little bit, I had to take a little break.
hey, my bank account had to take a break too. I understand.
No, I had to take a mental health break. I had a friend
I
who
get you.
committed suicide in November of last year, and so I
Mhm.
kind of had to take a social media break.
I get
Jesus.
you. Sorry about your loss.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back into everything.
Sure.
But at the same time, I'm trying to find these projects that I absolutely love and adore. And people are just constantly posting this. And I'm like, oh, I hate that I missed this. So I'm glad that I can still get it. So I'm definitely going to back this if I can still get it. And,
Oh, yeah, you can still get it. It's still in demand. It'll be up until maybe October 31st.
Okay. So I'm definitely going to back this. Like, I absolutely love this. I love that people are sharing this. They are talking about this nonstop, which is awesome. I love that it's definitely something different than what we've been offered before.
Awesome.
I think what you guys are doing over there at Talon's Comics is absolutely amazing, and I hope the very best for all of you guys.
I think you guys picked up another backer from Boob Dan Art, so
Oh, snap.
from Dan Plegel.
Appreciate it.
That's impressive.
That's
So he
crazy.
said, backed and shared, friends.
Thank you kindly. Appreciate it.
And I'll say this about you inserting yourself. I think this is closer to you than you think, because in the beginning of this pitch, you said that you had two choices. You can sit and bitch about your injury, or you can move up and onward and just take your new circumstances for what they are and move on. And
Exactly.
that's exactly what you described the character as being, survival and fortitude. So I think it is pretty close to you and not very distant at all.
Right. Yeah. Well,
I think what you're
I don't.
doing is awesome, Bionic Bruh, and I think Talon Comic Studio really has a future in this indie comic scene.
Thank you. I hope to be here a long time.
So I'm definitely going to back, and I'm going to be one of your biggest backers.
Appreciate it.
So now let's move on to Dre.
Dre.
Yeah.
Dre.
He's ready. Let's do this.
Man, I'm
We
sorry.
didn't forget about you,
missed
Dre.
all
You all
y'all
wouldn't
stuff.
shut up, man. Come on. I got a schedule here.
We ain't forget about Dre.
I was trying to say before my phone died, my company is called Prophecy Comics. You know, I started it because I was a filmmaker first, and I was just writing these scripts that were like too much of a budget to make. So I was like, what I'm finna do? And some just hit me like, man, just make them into comic books or see if people like the story you got and see if they would, help you get them made. So the first story I'm doing is a series called Heavy as the Hand. It's about a black woman who denies a big deal with a powerful, influential group, and her family's killed, and she's left for dead, and someone heals her, brings her back, and she finds this family heirloom, which is like a supernatural cosmic sledgehammer that's from her great grandmother that was a shaman warrior priestess from her tribe. And she's going to use that weapon to get her vengeance on this whole group one by one.
I tell you what, man, I dig it because hardly ever do I see somebody have the balls not to put a character on their cover. So that right there, just seeing the blood on the brick wall with the hammer inserted there, that was really awesome.
Now, Dre, are you Southern?
No, well, I had lived in Mississippi a while ago, but I'm from East St. Louis area.
Right on, man.
That's Southern, no? That's all. That
Yeah,
no
it's
matter.
Southern Illinois. It's Southern Illinois, yeah. So it's the Southern Belt, pretty much.
All right.
So you got a bit of a story here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the story without giving too much away?
Okay, well, let me see. All right, well, the story pretty much starts. Should I go into the story or
Just give us a little synopsis. Not really much about the story, but just tell us what you want us to know without giving away too much.
That elevator pitch, dog.
Is this a Kickstarter project or is this an Indiegogo project?
This is a
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was trying to find it. I was like, where the hell is it? Oh.
Heavy is the hand.
Like, I'm intrigued by this because, okay, as a Southern woman, as someone who grew up in the South, and
That sounded way too feminist. I'm just saying. As a Southern woman.
I'm just saying.
And I'm just busting your balls, all right?
Bust away, my brother. Will bust away. I'm just saying, like, as a Southern woman who has grew up in the South, who grew up with the whole racial divide, like, I find this project interesting.
Yeah, this is gonna hit hard because it's just gonna have a lot of things in it, like, because she is gonna be. All I'm saying, she's like, before she gets this hammer, she's a very powerful woman. Like, as in, like, she runs a security company, almost like Blackwater or something, but it's not Blackwater.
Okay.
But
Okay, this is a modern day story then.
yeah, it's a
Okay.
modern day story. But like the prequel stories and stuff follows the hammer. The hammer is older than time itself, almost, But the hammer comes through her family, and like they don't know. Well, she don't know what it is, but like every generation, one person is taught how to use it because it helps them win wars. But yeah, besides that, she's this like powerful person, and like she meets with this powerful group, and we have many names for this group, but she denies the deal because she wants to do it herself, and like she doesn't want to be pretty much a puppet or anything, and they try to kill her, and like almost like how they did Punisher, but like more bogus. And more insane how they did it, and she ended up surviving and like finding it, and like yeah, she's going to take them all out brutally.
So I have a question for you, Dre, about the story, because this is something I was thinking about, because there's not much on your campaign page, so there's just this cover. So I'm kind of filling in blanks on my own, so sorry if I'm presuming. But for example, what I found fascinating about a book like, say, the Metabarons was the genealogical aspect of the Metabaron, right? So these Metabarons that came before the modern Metabaron, and how you get to that product of that person.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? Can all of you hear me on the panel?
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can
It's
hear
on.
you.
It's probably his set.
It's his end. It's his end.
How about Dre? Hear me now? Nope.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So is this a story about genealogy? Do we follow different generations of this woman's family with this hammer and their experiences with it?
Oh no. Well. Let's say the script is 107 pages. So like, no, this whole story is about her. So like, probably if I do another one or a prequel or something, it might like jump generation to generation, but not right now.
So I think that would be fascinating. I'd love to see how this thing followed the main character's family to her. That would be a very interesting backstory, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I already had something like that set up. I just wanted to like see if I could like pull this one off first and see if people like what they hear and if I can actually get it made. So if it's actually made, then I can probably move forward with writing the prequels and stuff. And
it's a delicate balance between promotion and continuation, right?
yeah.
You really have to delegate between the promotion and the whole situation. Like, as a Southerner, right? Like, I grew up with a great grandmother who was called Mammy, of all things, of course, right? Like, and everybody in town knew this woman as Mammy. They didn't know her as anything else. She was just Mammy. And so this is a whole like racial thing, right? Like this is a racial situation in that fact, and in the fact that like this woman, she's bringing forth her Southern roots, and she's telling her story. I absolutely love it. Like I absolutely love the fact that the Southern woman is coming forth and throwing forth her gauntlet, right?
Lola, can I interrupt real quick?
Yeah.
Sure.
What the fuck is that noise?
Yeah, what
over
is
there?
that? It's like a worm.
I have no idea.
What the fuck is that?
I was trying to detect. Like,
Sounds
what
like
the fuck
something
is
out of
that?
Alien.
Right? Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I
No,
know.
but like I want people to understand what
Like Lola's axe
Predator
about to
is
explode
doing
with an
and
alien
what
out of
he's
it.
bringing forth.
Isn't that the sound Predator makes, but right before he makes the kill?
Right? Like,
Your mandibles are clicking.
Right? I don't know who it is because
Is it you? Mute yourself and see if it's you.
no, Takame is actually like muted, so I don't have no idea who that is.
Yeah, I'm controlling my own mute because my kids are being really loud.
No, it's not you, Lola.
Who that is.
Is it?
I love it. I love the fact that you guys are bringing this stuff forward and that you're talking about this and that you're making this a story. Like, I gotta say,
I'm sorry,
Heavy in the Hand looks like an amazing. It looks like an amazing project, and people should go and back it because. I mean, I feel like it has something to offer that people don't understand or don't know about.
Have we played the video yet?
No, do you want me to play the video?
Yeah, let's play the video.
I'll go and play the video, my brother.
yeah, my video, I sound like fucking Unicron. Don't play that shit.
It's pretty much me talking this out.
Can y'all hear it? Let me know if you can hear it.
What's up, y'all? My name Dre Ellis. Call me Dre 5.
We got to get rid of that noise.
Can you hear
We
it?
got it, but it's echoing.
And also the writer of Prophecy Comics. We're raising money for Heavy with the Hand comic book.
Can you hear it?
I can still hear it. Well, yeah. But that noise is driving me nuts. I want to jump out my 7-story window.
Hey, Dre, mute for a second.
An influential, powerful group, and she's left for dead. Her family is killed, and somebody finds her, heals her, and
can y'all hear
she
this?
finds this like family heirloom. It's like a cosmic supernatural sledgehammer.
Yeah, we hear it.
And she uses that to get her revenge. Like, so if you like what you hear, please donate to the Kickstarter, and so we can get this done so I can show you guys. It's more than comics, it's prophecy. Peace.
All right, so it's
Actually, I
not me.
like that tagline. That's a really good tagline.
That's pretty solid. I'm impressed by
More
it.
than comics, it's prophecy. I like it.
No. Look, the thing is I think what Dre is trying to do is really bring forth a storyline that brings forth his Southern heritage as well as what's going on here, and I love it. What can I say? I love it.
No, that's great. I'm highly interested. I'm about to go over to Kickstarter, and you might get a backer tonight, bro.
No, look, I don't normally back Kickstarter projects, but I've had a few people who've contacted me that have wanted some promotion, and I've looked at their Kickstarters, and Dre's is one of those I've looked at, and I'm like, I absolutely love it, and I think what he's trying to do and what he's trying to bring forth is something beautiful.
Are you saying we have to bring him over to Indiegogo before we back him?
No, not at all. Like,
Get on
I
over there, Indiegogo, bro.
projects.
With all the bad guys of comics, come over to the dark side.
There we go.
Dre, you're muted. Why aren't you talking, brother?
I think he's got a
Hell
problem with
yeah.
his mic. It's picking up some kind of distortion.
Oh, he's still on mute. Unmute yourself. There you go.
Yeah, I see. It's his mic.
You were unmuted for a minute, brother.
You're still muted.
Are you able to unmute him, Lola?
You're muted, bro.
No, he's muted. He muted.
No, he's
himself.
trying.
He's
He's
talking,
trying. I
but
see
he's
that finger
muted
flicking.
still.
No, look, like
There we
there
go.
it is.
There we go.
one of the things
Yeah,
with
his-
this whole live streaming thing is
Yo,
people don't understand how it works. And
that
so
might
in the
be your-
beginning, you're just trying to figure it all out,
Yo,
right?
Dre, that might be a ceiling fan. Turn your ceiling fan off for a minute.
It's not a
Serious.
Jesus.
Serious. That might
Cowboy.
that might be the noise.
No, the ceiling fan is like silent, literally.
No,
My
I like
I
what
shall-
Dre's trying to do, and I like what he's trying to bring forth, and I like the fact that he's trying to bring us all together. He's not, Dre's not like, oh, if you're white, you can't back me. How dare you? Dre is like, look, if you want to bag me because you think my story is great and my art looks good, back me. Right?
Yeah, all I have is the concept art, but like I'm telling you guys, if I can get this, I'm gonna try to give everybody something that they can really look at, because I know people are like, oh, that's big goal. I'm like, well, quality costs, and like, and I
Look,
look through.
something a lot of people don't know about us Southerners is we stick together, right, my brother? We stick together. We
Damn
don't
straight.
care about color. We don't care about gender. We don't care about shit. We all try to rise above the rest.
Yeah, I'm over here in Tennessee in Smashville. We play hard over here.
I just love that it's an ass talking to us. I'm just gonna point that.
It's not me.
Bionic bro, let me tell you something about some Cashville bullshit.
There we go. You bring the boots. Let's do it.
Hey, Dre, you got a cell phone? Because Wise Guy says a cell phone is usually gets distorted like that.
Oh man,
No, I'm not on a cell phone.
No, I want to be
He's
Dre.
not.
He's
He's
on a
pretty-
cell phone.
motherfuckers are killing me.
I think Dre's on an actual computer now, it looks like.
I can't hear you saying.
Yeah, your mic is still doing that horrible distortion.
Yeah, if you're not talking, you should mute. And when you're ready to talk, then yeah, when you're ready to talk. But that noise, bro.
No, I appreciate all of you guys coming on here and talking about your projects. I love what you guys are doing. I'm more than likely to back all of you once I know what exactly it is that your projects are about.
Definitely.
Does that make sense?
We appreciate
yeah.
you having us.
That's what makes sense. I mean, you want to make sure that you're backing something that's going to be worth your time and energy. And everyone's productions and everyone's products are actually really solid, which is one of the things that makes this organization such a powerful force within the comic book industry.
Takame,
Totally agree.
dude, like, you gotta talk about your project some?
That was quite the ringing endorsement.
It's something that has been has been singing in the back of my brain lately, because ever since I got pulled in back in June with the Comicscape movement, I've been actually actively studying it and watching it, and I can't say enough positive things about it. we are being attacked by the mainstream because we're a threat to the mainstream. We are what
Well-
the mainstream is trying
Well,
to.
the mainstream doesn't understand is that we can all come together and we can appreciate what each other is doing, right? But at the same time, we don't necessarily have to accept what they are trying to push towards us.
Agreed.
Yeah,
And
no
they
doubt.
have a pre-prescribed agenda that they're following, which is a script that if you conform to that, you get promoted as long as your promotion fits whoever the big executive is that wants to push the new product out. And whatever your idea is will be 10% of the total production value. And that's part of the controlling.
Exactly.
Don't push an agenda. Tell a
Well,
fucking
it's like
story.
this. It's
Tell
like
a
this.
fucking
I
story.
don't need your politics. I don't need your genderism. I don't need your bullshit. I do not need all the extra bullshit that they try to push into my
but my
comics.
pronouns are they, them, and I sometimes him. It depends on the weekend. I don't know.
Yeah, like I can't decipher all this bullshit that comes in with it. Like
Hey, Lola.
when
Lola and Comic Cow. We know to cure all this. A
What?
big ass dose of AAT.
that
What?
is true.
Yes,
SS
yes,
baby.
It's always
Give
it's
us
always
some SS titties and we'll be okay.
it's asked twice before the titty because
That's how we
'Cause, you know.
roll.
exactly.
I don't know. When I'm looking at
Because
Lola's avatar, and I see a comment over here saying motorboat, I'm thinking that's how you get pink eye.
Hold up. I said motorboat. When did I say motorboat?
No,
didn't say
I said in the
motorboat.
comments.
Oh,
Like you can't
wait.
go
Hold
wrong
up.
with ass, right? But no, the thing
That's
Remember,
how you get pink eye.
At 1,000 subscribers,
Make
Lola
me
does a face reveal. So
Yeah.
no, I never said that. But
she's gonna wear the AAT shirt
this way. Look at
and
it
show
this
us who she
way.
is.
When you've got 12 pages dedicated to how you were misgendered at the gender clinic because you are the wrong gender and you're trying to get your girlfriend pregnant, like that's a problem. I'm sorry. When you only have 20 pages of a book and 12 pages of it are dedicated to the misgendering at a gender clinic, that is an issue for me, right? Like,
What in the
give this
fuck
to
are you
my
actually talking
child.
about right now? This is a real thing. This is a real thing.
No, yeah, man.
No,
If we
it's
knew
a
Superman's
thing.
sexuality, we could have saved
Batgirl
Krypton.
issue, I think 12, somewhere in there.
Say that one more time from the beginning.
Batgirl issue 12, I think.
Batgirl issue 12 spends 12 pages talking about misgendering.
Yeah, like they're
Yeah, I'm not gonna
they're
check
in a
that out. I'd
nightclub.
rather execute thine self in a very a neat way. A way they could clean me up with the hose. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's
Oh,
like this.
seppuku.
I took my child into
No,
the comic
like
shop,
like a
right?
shotgun into the sewer drain. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, okay.
you lay
I definitely
down.
agree with you. I agree with you. Like, I took my child into the comic shop. She picks up this comic. It's Batgirl, right?
That
Gail
umbrella
Simone is
girl
writing
picked
it.
up Batgirl. Okay.
Yeah, it's Batgirl issue, I think 12 or something like that. And like, she's like, Batgirl is in a nightclub and she's talking to her quote girlfriends, right? And her girlfriends are talking for 12 pages about how she was misgendered at a fertility clinic. Like, come on.
damn. What the
Like,
fuck?
how can I hand this to my child? How can I hand this to my 6-year-old little girl? And then my little girl's got questions. She's like, Mom, what does this mean? What is a fertility clinic? Why are they talking about misgendering? And I'm like, how am I supposed to explain this? I don't even understand this shit. Like,
Actually,
Important
I
questions
have-
for a kid.
I have zero filter because I'm sure I'm on the spectrum. So like me raising my son has been like quite the experience, right? Like this poor kid.
with you. I'm on the spectrum. My oldest is on the spectrum. My other 3 are definitely more than likely on the spectrum, and my God, is it a train wreck?
No. My
Right?
Bro,
Like, how do
alright.
you explain this to a child that doesn't understand this shit?
Pete.
Come on.
So my oldest, he's I mixed a little Ashkenazi in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that IQ up. You know, that fucking whatever. Anyway, so he's really smart, and he's nothing like me. It's actually quite weird. It's
Isn't that how it
really
always
weird.
is?
That's impressive.
I'm smarter than
Yeah.
my dad, but I don't think so.
Nah, he's definitely, because like at this point I was like he's 10, so at like 7 I was already a complete like train wreck. You know what I'm saying? Like like I was a lost cause at 7, like complete. Anyway, so he's not.
I'm
So I'm
sorry.
like you know, that's like, all right, we're doing all right here. I don't even know where I was going with that because I lost my train of thought.
My lady has one in the oven. We're doing 3 weeks, so this bodes well for me. Thank you. Thank you for getting my hopes up.
You got one in the oven? Boy, girl, what?
Yeah, I got a boy coming in 3 weeks.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
My bad, bro. Yo, for real, like Planet of the Apes, not Rise. Rise was amazing, but the second one, bro, I don't know, man. I got 2 sons, and I just be looking at Caesar with his 2 boys. I get hyped. I don't know why I be feeling for a chimpanzee like that. Don't fucking judge me, bro.
Well, look, I've got 2 girls, right? Like, I'm raising 2 daughters, and I want my daughters to understand it's okay for a man to take care of them. It's okay for them to want to take care of their men. I want my daughters to understand that it's okay that, like, love is supposed to be across the border. Like, it's not supposed to be his versus hers.
Love is an action
Exactly.
word. Love is an action word.
Yes.
It don't mean shit
Agreed.
otherwise.
Yes.
What are you doing for thou that thine loves?
Like, I'm not trying to push some gender roles on my kids. I'm trying to make my kids understand that love is universal, and the way that you take care of each other is that you love one another.
Yeah,
And that's key. And it's a two-way street. It's a give and take where both people are holding on to each other's hands while standing on top of a skyscraper.
Exactly.
And
And you know what? My daughters are absolutely amazing, and they're absolutely beautiful people. Both my kids will tell you thank you, and they will be the type of girls that will sit and help you through any situation that you're in because they absolutely love human beings.
That's impressive.
And so that's what I push with my children. I try to push humility, humble, charity. You know, I want my kids to understand it's okay to help people without being afraid to help people.
And that's key. In my opinion.
I tell my sons, try not to talk so much, do a lot of listening.
Right?
And I teach my daughters to talk quite a bit. Talk all the time. Tell everybody that you love them, that you.
They're little
You're
Southern
nonstop
belles,
here
though.
for them.
That's a whole other thing. They're little Southern belles, though. So whole
I
other
know,
ball
that's-
game.
That's what we're trying for. We're trying to teach them that, you know, God is love, God is truth, and just be as godly as you can be.
But don't piss me off.
Yo, not for nothing.
Exactly.
Hold up,
Like,
hold
I
up,
want
hold
my
up.
daughters to
Can I say
understand that,
See, and at the
you
same
know, as
time,
Southern Belles, we, you know, do not fuck with us, but at the same time, we will be here for you, and we will constantly be the ones that will go out there and promote you. We will love you. We'll encourage you. We're here for you.
Definitely.
That's what. God damn.
that's awesome.
Oh,
Thank you.
Lola's like a mother to me.
Thank you for being a metaphorical bottom bitch on the internet right now.
Oh, shit.
No, I love it. I love it. That's what being Southern is all about,
He sits
right?
in the
Like, we're
front
about
seat.
Southern hospitality. We're about helping people. We're about being there for people. I'm a
Hitting that
Tennessean
headboard.
at heart, so we volunteer to help people out of rough situations. So I'm
Yep.
not gonna sit here and say that, you know, I'm ashamed of being who I am. I'm
Well,
not.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Wise Guy's here. What's up, man?
Who's the wise guy?
Are you gonna go do?
Wait,
Wise
wait,
Guy's
wait.
Entertainment.
You gonna do
Does
the
wise
cookie
guy
stream, Lola?
does wise guy got a fucking Brooklyn accent like this?
No.
Highly doubt it.
The fuck
What'd you
out of
say,
here!
Bill?
Fucking forgot about it. What are we talking about?
Are you gonna be doing your cooking stream with him?
No, so okay.
I
So
gotta
the
put on a
thing
white
is-
beater and do some fucking pasta. Is that what you're telling me over here?
No, the thing is me and Wise Guys, we do a tiny food challenge every Saturday night. But Wise Guys decided that he wanted to go and be part of the real world for a night. And so I encouraged it. I said, yes, please go and be with real people for a little bit, Wise Guys.
Oh, man.
And
Did
so
wise guys come running screaming back, realizing that the real world is a scary place.
so I encouraged it and I said, go do it. And we rescheduled for another Saturday night in 2 weeks. We're going to be doing our tiny food challenge. But no, like
the food.
Wise
Wait, the
Guys
tiny.
is an
Wait, what's
awesome
this tiny
community.
food? Tiny food challenge?
Yeah, so it's like gelatin food, and you get these little kits, and you get to make like little tiny foods.
Oh, I've seen those. Those are such a trip.
Is
They
it like
are,
MR?
right?
Is it like Is it like astronaut food or like MREs or some shit like that?
It's like
No,
Play-Doh or
no,
some
I
shit.
wish it was. It would be so much easier if it was. But I've got some of these kits that are like Korean in different languages.
Oh,
That'll be
And-
fun.
yo,
So not
Pete,
actual food.
Yeah,
So-
it's like gelatin. It's like sugar. It's sugar and water, and you mix it together, and you do all these different steps.
you want to
make
hear?
it happen.
You want to hear how much God loves me? so I have a baby mama, and like she's dating a Korean guy, and now my son has a like step Korean like tiger grandmom.
Sorry to interrupt, but Owen's in the back, Lola. I think.
Yep.
Huh?
I think Owen's in the back.
Yep. And Comics Made is in the chat.
I'm just saying. I think that's pretty epic. There's a
What's up, Odin?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Odin?
Not to cut off what
Sorry,
was
guys,
to be a
not to
pretty
cut you guys
fantastic
off.
story.
Like,
what's
Welcome
happening,
to the
Odin?
party.
What's the deal, bro?
Nothing much. I got an invite to Shill, and now I'm here.
We're
This
chilling and
brother-
chilling, though.
brother
nice.
is so on point with his projects right now. Like, I absolutely love Mike Odin. But anyways, you were saying Comic Cowboy, your baby mama.
Yeah. No, she's with this like Korean guy, and he's Korean, he's South Korean and all that, So I got like the tiger tiger mom with the Ashkenazi Jew fucking jeans. I'm fucking winning over here.
You're just
He's-
all over the place, my brother.
I didn't mean it to work out this way, but it just happened that way.
Nobody ever intends for it to work out this way. But you know what? When it does,
It works out.
to
It works out.
embrace it, and you have to accept it, and you just have to move on.
Yo, Comic Cowboy, Lashanato Va, my brother.
What the fuck did you just say?
That's
I
Happy
heard.
New Year?
I don't speak no fucking Korean. I don't give
That's
a
not
shit.
Hebrew.
Oh, that's Hebrew. I'm wait, hold up. I'm Irish and Italian and British.
I was gonna say, you don't sound Jewish, but like
no,
you're-
my son is the mix. I got him all kinds of mixed up, bro. He's like
okay.
he's a legit
You're
mutt.
confusing this child. How dare you?
What?
I'm sorry.
He's the man. What do you mean? It's adding to the gene pool. You gotta You see, I spent way too much time reading Dune, and then I thought about these things before I made babies, and maybe it was a bad idea, but I think it was a super good idea. I was like, wait, Oscar Nazi, 50%. Yay. Let's get a baby in there.
Like, nobody ever thinks about these things when it comes to babies, right? Like, we don't think about all the stuff we're going to have to instill in them and how we're going to have to push them forward.
Yeah, I went full autist, and I was thinking about genes when I was picking baby mama.
You were thinking about what you get my dick in.
What's that?
You were thinking about what you get to get your dick in.
Nah, I could. That thing had been too many places before that, and after. The point is, the moral of this story is pick a good breeding partner.
He wants to produce the Kwisatz Haderach. What he's doing.
Yes. Yeah, man. He knows what I'm talking about.
He wants to be able to produce a child that can see both the male and female lines all the way back to the beginning and all the way to the end. And then his offspring can direct humanity on its proper course so we don't all die out.
Yeah, bro. They got to follow the golden path. They got to follow.
Exactly.
Let's just be
I love
honest.
you. I love you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I love you. I love
Somebody's got to.
Let's just be honest here.
Paul, that was the problem. It's Paul's grandson, and well, that's a whole different topic.
Paul's grandson. No. Paul's.
Look, everybody just needs to be honest here. When it came to picking like babies, mamas, and daddies, like
I just dodged.
You win.
We were thinking about that shit. We were thinking about what can we get from it.
Hell no, I just dodged a bullet, Lola.
That's true. You dodged a bullet, Will.
Nah, that's not. Honestly, that's not. I honestly was full autist thinking about like I met her father, I met her mother, I met like the grandparents. Like these were things that were going through my head that later, in retrospect, I realized were going through my head. But I was like, you really thought about all that, didn't you? You fucking piece of shit. You're an absolute piece of shit.
Just like, hey, let's do this.
I did the same thing, and it was like Admiral Akbar. It's a trap, and I didn't do it.
It's always listen. It's always a trap. It's always a trap. But it's never a bad thing to
be trapped.
No, babies. Listen. No matter how bad the situation, a baby is never a bad thing.
Yes.
No, baby's not a bad thing.
That's the way I see it.
Oh, no, I can agree with that.
Nobody's saying a baby is a bad thing. We're saying you got to pick
You
your
can be in some
partner
fucked up
wisely.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm not trying to knock up a broken battery.
God.
You ever do the math?
You ever do the gonna be shit to your kid? Come on.
You ever do the math on how many pumps it takes your inches to get to a mile, and then how many miles you put on a chick in like a set amount of time? You ever do that math?
54.
What?
54.
30. If you I like doing the math on mileage. It's funny when you tell them, when you figure out how many, like even if you're conservative with like pumps per minute, you know what I mean, and you don't do like 2 per second, or you even if you go like 1 per 2 seconds, and you do that math, you realize that the mileage, even if you got like a 4 or 5 incher, you put mileage on that thing quick.
I'm just gonna say you're all wrong. You are all.
I don't know. I'm just trying not to. I'm like thinking of like casualties. I'm trying not to explode all over the place. I'm thinking about dead puppies. Shit like that.
I'm like, wait a minute. Miles per inch? Come on, my brother. Come on.
What do you? Hold up. If every
what's the formula, Comic Cowboy?
The formula would be inches per pump, right?
Inches per pump.
Inches per
That's
pump.
Proportion.
Right, inches per pump, and then pumps per minute, and then you do that math.
But
and
if
you
say
and you figure out, and then you figure out,
like,
and then you figure out how many pumps it takes to get to a mile, and then you figure out the mileage according to how long you were pumping for.
Don't forget, you also have to determine whether or not your machinery is properly greased or not, because if there's not proper lubrication,
well, I mean, the formula works out. You can do it yourself. You know.
No, look. What if you've got?
So
like,
who's driving a
20
Civic and who's
per
driving a
minute?
Caddy?
Oh, I'm driving a Civic, definitely. You know, you got to lube it up, and you got to put all these different parts on it, and you got to put upgrades. It's got a big old blower on it.
I'm more of a
Ooh.
69
So you got those Japan parts over there.
Exactly. No, I got
just
like the
want to
third
point
party
out,
one.
as a female, we do not think about these things.
No, you get see we
No.
don't.
I told you.
As a
I'm
male, I'm going to call bullshit.
I told you I'm probably on the spectrum. Okay, I told you that. And these are the kind of fucked up things.
You're already on the spectrum.
I said probably. There was never actually a test. I'm too old for that.
I'm too busy
There's
cursing
nothing
in the
wrong
middle
with
of it.
being on the spectrum, okay? You can still be on the spectrum and still have so many pumps per minute and still get a woman pregnant. Not gonna lie.
It's not about pregnancy. I wasn't even talking about that.
Mileage.
Yeah, I was talking about the mileage, like per inch. Like if you got a 4-incher, or 5-incher, or 6, or 10, you know what I mean? You can do the math on how much mileage you put on a pussy according to pumps per minute. It's
Oh my god.
Well, you also don't know if she's part of the fleet.
I hate that I did that math like a few times for these girls.
And now we've turned into Lola After Hours.
Yeah, now we're probably doing Lola After Dark.
Shit, right?
Yeah, now we're doing Lola After Midnight.
I didn't mean to do all that. What are we
It's
talking
after
about?
midnight.
We talk about this is like par for the course. This is like an hors d'oeuvre, on her nightly show. That's like what she starts with.
Conversations right here.
She's like, boys, how many pumps per square inch? Okay, let's talk about mileage. Let's talk about pussy farts, and then we move on.
Well, pussy farts are always the guy's fault. Pussy farts are always the guy's
Yes.
Or not.
When I first did it, I'm like, that shit's supposed to happen?
Yeah, it's supposed to happen, and then it's a joke for a couple minutes, and then it's not as tight as it was before, and you got to give it a break. Go have a sandwich.
Like, put a breath mint in, I'll be back.
Yeah, you got to pee. I'm hungry. Like, let's take a break.
Oh, he's like,
drink?
So the embraced.
Wait, we got more books to push. Let's go, baby.
Yep.
Woo.
Let's
What
talk
a
about
tangent.
the Lucian Fields. How's it going, Mike Odin?
Living the dream. Man, I just had a complete, my mind just went completely blank. Always fun. No, things are going well. Came in. We're talking about mileage on vagina, which is always a good time. And yeah, where to go from there? Nice segues.
My bad, bro. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Hey,
Yeah.
part of the community. That's what matters.
That's why we work like we do, Odin.
Yep. But yeah, no, lots of stuff going on with Nine Realms. We do have our freaking pre-launch.
You want to talk about Shift?
Hmm?
You want to talk about Shift?
I'd rather not. In fact, I just spent the entire past hour and a half trying to clean up a marketing nightmare from that. So
Okay, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about what your other project is.
the big stuff we've got going on right now is we're trying to
Hold up.
expand
Did he robot?
brand.
Wait. Did he robot for everybody else? Because I didn't understand anything he just said. Or was that just me?
Yeah, he roboted for a minute, but I think he's back.
Yo, my bad, bro. I hate to break your flow, but you roboted hard.
No worries. So effectively, what we're doing with Nine Realms right now is we're just trying to expand our brand a bit. We have three books, so we're doing a Nine Realms catalog campaign that we're getting people signed up for right now, and then we are on Webtoon with both Elysian Fields, our first series, and Errand of the Sable Knight, which is a Webtoon exclusive.
Nice.
And yeah, lots of exciting things going on. It's just trying to keep pushing out more and more content over the next year. Right now, we have planned like 5 or 6 campaigns from November of this year through May or through June or July of next year.
Right on. That's
so lots of stuff going on.
I don't know what's going on.
It.
I understood what you just said, but you're still roboting pretty hard. I don't know what's going on.
my
Signal here is kind of shit. Give me a sec.
What is this?
No,
What
you're
is
all
this? Your avatar? Does that have anything to do with the project you're talking about right now?
That avatar is from The Embrace, which was our last crowdfunding book, which is at the printers currently. So hopefully we'll be able to get that to people soon. But that is our superhero comic. Sorry, I'm way more tired than I thought I was. But yeah, it's our dark take on the superhero genre that did really well. We ended up it was our first book clearing the 5-figure barrier, which is awesome, and we closed around 15K. So
Nice.
we're looking to get yeah, man, it's exciting stuff. We're looking at getting that out to people here in the next month or so.
How many projects have you done now, Odin?
The Embrace makes 3, and then the next Elysian Field script is done, and we're starting production on that in January. And I have another IP that will be launching here. We'll be launching a mailing list probably in January or February. That the line work's starting here in the next month.
yeah.
You do what exactly? You are the writer, the artist, the what?
I'm the writer.
He's the machine.
Yeah.
We got a bunch. Is this
He
like
is the machine, man.
Is this all writers? Is this all writers
yeah.
tonight?
I guess.
What was the other guy that was in here? Dre. Dre was in here. He was a writer. Who else? It was all writers tonight.
We're all writers. Yeah, Lola's a writer too.
Yo,
all right.
I wrote 2. Well, I wrote 1 ash can. I'm writing a second ash can.
Do you proofread? Do you proofread that Umbrella Guys stuff? Like Beverly Herbert did for Frank.
Nice.
I proofread enough of it.
What'd you say?
I proofread enough of it.
Okay. I don't know. I after I'm gonna go back to Dune. I've been labeled with boring Dune shit before. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Anyway, like Frank writes about his wife in a way like she was like integral in making it all possible for him to even write Dune in the first place.
Oh, what's that?
I try to do my best. I do my best when it comes to my family.
Good work.
Matters.
It's the only thing you can do.
Exactly. My
Well,
family is
who needs an editor when
Family
you have
first, second, community third.
who needs an editor if you have Ali Sanguis?
There you go.
She'll catch everything.
I have a English literature professor that I went to high school with, like that is like my homie. Like everything about like making my comic ended up with like it's like interwoven with serendipity every step of the way. I feel like.
I'll be right back,
you know
guys. You guys keep talking.
Go for it.
So, but serious, like I met this guy in high school, and then hadn't spoken to him in over a decade, and then boom, we meet again and we hit it off, and he's editing my book. The guy, if you read the PDF,
That's pretty damn good history.
That's impressive.
right? Like it's wild to me, like, and everything kind of worked out that way. Like my homeboy that I grew up with, like across the street from, like making construction paper comics, you know what I'm saying? Like stick figures. Like he helped me make the original outline and the concept art, because he's like a painter, and he also I don't know if you guys, back in the day, there was like there would be websites where you could like role play as a wrestler and like do like your storyline and whatever.
You talking about mushing?
What? Say that again.
Mushing? Remember the old role-playing text role-playing? Is that what you're talking about?
It was text role playing, but like for wrestlers, and he did that. So I always know he did that, and he helped me with the original script for Children of Genesis, like to get the original outline. Right, it was like 300 words and whatever. They got expanded to 15,000 words.
Yeah, they bashed it out with you.
Right. Yeah. No, he helped me. He helped me take like these chicken scratch words from my journal and turn it into an outline, because he had that history with the wrestling role play like that. So for me, like, just everything just kind of like slipped into place as things went along. Like Christian came along when I was ready for Christian to come along, the artist who drew the book. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I had written several drafts, and then like I met Patrick, the editor of my book, and then I met the artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like everything had to happen the way it happened, and even though it took a long time, I'm glad I met the people that I met along the way that I met them and all that. I don't know. It's been a weird journey, but
I can relate to it. I mean, I wouldn't be here if I didn't have if I hadn't met Frege when I was 12.
Right.
You know Fragga Boom like that, huh? That's great.
Yeah, that's why I work with him, because I've known him since, like I said, I was 12. I wanted to be in comics. I was reading Bloodstrike. I got an idea out of Bloodstrike from a letter section saying, "Hey, you can get a tour at Extreme." Called up Extreme Studios out of the phone book. Took the fucking yellow pages at the time. Looked in the phone book for Extreme Studios Image Comics. Called them. Got a tour. Got shown around the office and the studio, and that was a big milestone for me. But we walked by Frege's office. He's a really nice dude. He comes out and gives me a piece of original art just for being there, and says the fatal words, "Man, call me whenever you want." And I'm like, shit.
So
It's fucking awesome.
So like Frege's Kid with a Dream, same kind of come up.
Yeah, but essentially from then on, I was calling him like 3 times a day for years, and then I eventually started working for him.
Bro, that's fucking sick, bro. And you do what? You do?
I write Black Flag.
You write Black Flag.
Oh, you're the writer. I thought you were the. Damn. Nice.
Oh, it's Shelby's ink.
Fucking impressive.
God damn, bro, sick. Oh my god.
So I'm essentially.
Are you on Twitter? Facebook?
I just followed you, man.
You just followed me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's Sulla Felix.
Wait, William Perdermo?
Yeah, that's me, sir. That's me.
Fuck. Sick,
and then we drifted apart for a while, but it was one of those situations where you met like your brother, right? He was like my big brother.
And then you came back into contact years later.
No, I mean we still talk, but it was one of those situations where you've had long-term friends, you're old enough to have like 20-year-long friends where you don't talk for a year or two, come back
a year or two,
intense.
5 years, fucking 6, 7 years, and then you run into somebody and you're like, wow.
Yeah,
bro,
like in my 20s,
God,
I got busy with women. You know what I mean? I was like running around doing my thing. I didn't talk to him for a while, and then back in my 30s, we became like tight again. Until about 38, he's like, "Do you want to come in on this with me and do Black Flag and coming on Incredible Comics?" And so I came in as his kind of IP guy, like that handles all of his intellectual property.
Right on, man.
That's epic.
But how long did it take, right? Look at like you said, Comet, like that relationship that took a whole 2/3 of my life to blossom again, to blossom into this. It didn't just I didn't just start working in comics,
Right. Yeah.
I had to go through a whole life first to prepare me for this. Otherwise, if I'd done this opportunity in my 20s, I would have fucked it up.
Yeah. All I did to get where I'm at. Hi. Which umbrella? Girl?
Hello.
Which umbrella girl is that?
Good
the
to
littlest?
see you.
That's the baby.
Yeah,
that's the babies. That's the tiniest umbrella girl.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there, tiniest umbrella girl.
Did you still say the TV is Will or the computer is Will?
Oh yeah, everything is Will. Everyone is Will.
But I wanted to add to that because that's something that didn't come from me. That's something divine. That's something planned because it took so long and anything could have happened to our friendship in that interim. You know what I mean?
No, but it didn't, and you ended up where you are right now. And like I was saying about my project, it's way more years of an entire lifetime of experience has gone by from the beginning to what you're talking about now. It's a bit more expansive than what I'm talking about. But yeah, no, it's fucking wild, bro.
Same thing with Shelby, right? Shelby's the inker. He goes way back to the Extreme days. Yaki goes back 20 years. The colorist, Kurt Hathaway, the letterer, he goes back to Extreme. I mean, it's a tight group. It's a tight tribe, you know.
Yeah.
I like that you. I just like the word tribe.
You're a tribe. That's how I see it.
I'm with it.
But there's also something very kismet about it, how you all came together and formed how you formed and became what is now the moniker of Black Flag. You guys each came together through different backgrounds and cross collaboration to create this now momentous project that is, the record keepers of the industry.
Enormous project. Well,
that's what I think was great about our sector, about Dan's sector, is that he's got something unique that's different from the other CG guys. That he's an OG that goes back to that era of the image revolution. Like he was there. Like he's one of the guys, and it's a bit of history now that's in Comicsgate.
He's one.
Hey,
market didn't know.
I don't. Can I interrupt real quick, Lola? You got that video? You got that video on? Hi. You should be in bed. We're doing good. You should be in bed, little girl.
She's a night owl. She's a night owl.
Yeah.
Yeah. She ain't going to bed. It's too early.
Yeah, my babies are night owls.
Oh no, my son, like he talks a big game, but I'm like, I take his tablet away and I turn off the video games and the TV gets shut off, and homeboy he fights it for a minute and then he's out cold as soon as I go check on him, like unconscious.
Well, she's 2, so she fights it hardcore because she's a night owl like me.
He did that too. He would jump up and down in his crib and bite, chew, his crib.
Your friend.
Did anybody else's kids chew the top bar of the crib like it was the thing to do? Like he had.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a normal baby thing.
6-year-old did it for a while.
I'm talking to him. I'm like, homeboy, you're worse than the pitbull. You are worse than the pitbull, dog. Like, what are you doing right now?
Odin probably understands all of this too because he has kids. So. But she thinks everyone is Will on the panel.
Yeah. They're all various incarnations of me.
So she's all like, "Hi, Will. Hi, Will."
It's so sweet, though. I love it.
I called everybody Jim till I was 3. Everybody was Jim. I don't know why. Same thing.
Hey, Odin, put your link in the chat, the private chat, so I can share it.
Yeah, I got you. Give me a sec.
I wish I could share the cool stuff that's going to be in Promokoi, but I can't.
We will be able to hopefully get some of that stuff. That's another oh man, so much stuff going on.
He can't even keep track of his own book. He's like, I don't know. I kind of wrote that 3 weeks ago. It's behind my toilet. It's 20 pages.
Promokoi isn't done yet. I'd say I've got 20 pages scripted out on that, and then Elysian. I just finished up the final pages of Elysian Fields book 3, and that's at around 55 pages if I recall correctly. And then I'm starting on the Embrace 2, and I have the script for Errand of the Sable Knight is complete, and that's just shy of 200 pages.
It's a nice
Wait,
looking
we're
book
already
too.
starting on the Embrace 2.
That's exactly what I was thinking about the art. Not for nothing. I was going, whoa, in my head.
This dude knocked out script, taking a dump. He's like, okay, what I'm going to write now? I got 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
So
you can't help. You can't help where the writing comes to you. All right.
When you're inspired, you just let it flow through you like water.
Yeah.
What when
Works on
like,
both levels.
the Embrace got a lot of hype behind it, and we sent out the digital copies that everybody gets with their books here last week, I think, and we've been getting such tremendous response. It's kind of irresponsible as a creator if you just go, well, they can sit on it for X amount of time. So I'm trying to make sure that we get the script for that knocked out in a timely manner and make sure that we maintain the same quality and everything. We've got great feedback from the first book. I'm really proud of how that turned out. Dean James, who's in the chat
too, I think.
Did a tremendous job with the line work, and Paul Billick, our colorist, and the way that their his lines are complemented by Paul's colors are absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah, the colors in the Embrace are lovely.
Yeah,
they're quite
so.
lovely.
It's been a really exciting time, and we've got Lola's pulled up our Elysian Fields remaster and Nine Realms catalog. We got a lot of great feedback on the first two books of Elysian Fields. One of the big comments that we got was that the colors could be a bit bolder, and so we ended up. I initially had all the art of the book was being done by a guy named Marcelo Oliveira Costa. He's still doing the lines, but we brought on Avery Ferdinand to do the colors, and the results have been absolutely outstanding. We remastered our Zero issue back during the Embrace campaign, and so now we're remastering Pyramid Gambit, the first actual section of the Elysian Fields storyline, and it's being all made available, and we've got a whole bunch of great merchandise on the campaign.
How OG is that? Not only are you remastering older books, but you can say the word catalog.
Because I've got three books, and then on top of that, if you sign up for the mailing list, there's a secret fourth book you can get. It's only available for the people that sign up for the mailing list. So if you guys don't get on there, you're gonna miss out on a really cool comic.
And that's Comics Mate. That's Dean, the artist of the Embrace, in the chat. So what up, Comics Mate?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Part of the Aussie Mafia.
He is part of the Aussie Mafia. So yeah, and we've got just a lot of great stuff to offer on there, and the whole point of this campaign is to build up a war chest to start production on more projects. So
is Nefarious, is that Global Frequency?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's up, Global Frequency? There's Mavericks for you. Mavericks represent.
Oh yeah.
Great looking book.
See, and I was just sitting back here listening to this chat with you guys. This is Mrs. Dokume, by the way.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I was like, what happened? Did you just turn into a woman?
Just the realization that. No, I was just going to say, it's just the realization that, that is completely what it's all about. Use the motivation, use the drive, use the speed while you've got it, because, that old adage is still really, really true all these years later. Don't rest on your laurels. Always keep that motivation going, keep the progress going, because that drive is going to get you towards that next goal.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's pretty much what the past 2 years have been for me with building Nine Realms up. Has been just constantly pushing. It's been a huge driving factor in my life, pushing me through what I've been going through on the personal side of things, and this is just giving me a great outlet to make sure that I can build something out of things that aren't quite going the way that I'd like them to. But the more that I've kept pushing, the better things have been getting on the other side as well. So it's just a matter of perseverance, and you can get there. It's just you've got to put in the hard work. You got to keep pushing.
Did we lose Lola?
It's awesome, man.
She may have stepped out probably to put the baby. Probably, I would imagine, put the baby.
More than likely.
Yeah. Hey, umbrella guy, take this little umbrella girl and put her to bed.
There's Billy Basco, colorist extraordinaire, in the chat.
Yo, Billy Basco is the man, bro. Yo, Billy, I sincerely, I know you're a busy, super sick artist, but eventually, somewhere down the line, through our connection through Comicsgate, I definitely want to work with you. You're fucking ill.
Billy's color work is tremendous.
And Black
Bro,
Flag
he's out of
0.5.
Oh my god, bro, he's
Well,
sick.
see, that's one of the best things about this community is you can hook up with people and you can connect and you can find people that you need.
Yeah, I got like a homage to Frank Frazetta storyline that I want to do, Bloodlines, which is like a whole other thing. But
Right on, man, right on.
It's I have it written, but again, like it's like I need an artist to work with that. But Children's Genesis first. I'm getting sidetracked. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't worry, disregard.
Good. That's how inspiration happens, and that's how new creations happen.
Hi.
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 How's it going?
Hola. Hello there. How you doing?
We're all friends and we're all a great catch.
She said she got a phone catch? What'd she say?
She says we're all friends.
Yeah, we're definitely all we're definitely all homies.
We're all Will. We're all Spartacus.
Right?
Oh my god.
Oh. What'd you say?
That's Sparta, not Sparta.
I apologize, guys. Normally
Well, no,
this doesn't happen.
No, that's
Cosmic.
You're good.
Cosmic
That's all
Cowboy
good.
can do that one because it's what is it? Tony Curtis. So he's like, I'm Spartacus.
The Orc-clad clown comic cowboy exits his cosmic clown car on occasion, but currently.
She's eating cheese, y'all.
She hit the leave
I'm
studio button.
surprised all four of ours are asleep right now. That happened in like
man.
5 minutes. That's amazing. That never happened.
The amount of times I have had phone calls dropped or what have you because my son has just decided that he's going to press the big red button. like I'll be on like my headset or I'll have my hands free and my son will somehow get a hold of my phone and it will just be like click.
Like Joe Biden in front of a nuclear detonator, like.
Sorry, guys. I have a whole situation going on over here.
That's fine. That's fine.
You're all good.
Yeah, it be juggling. Hey, juggling children in a live stream has got to be a whole other level of.
That's when you got two and one is like 5 years difference from the other.
That's mommy level over 9,000. I'm, just
Do
gonna say.
You're skill of the century, guys. Come on.
Juggling babies and mouses and idiots.
Like, the only one on the panel that she knows is Will, so everyone is Will. She's like,
fine.
I will.
I'll be Will until the littlest umbrella girl is night.
I don't think we did. I don't think
You ever go night?
All well.
You ever go night? Yes.
Adorable.
Yes.
It just kills you.
Yeah, no, bro. I as a dad, I can't like. There's when that happens, like for women, I assume like their whole worldview changes somewhere in the first few months when they start the show. You know what I mean? Like when it's real. You know what I mean? And I feel like for guys, it happens when the baby actually comes out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we got to see it.
Yeah, bro. And not for nothing, I sat there and watched the whole thing. She was so mad. I ate a chicken palm. I'm a total scum, and I deserve to be a baby daddy. I'm not disputing this at all. Like I sat there and ate a chicken palm while she's like eating ice chips. She was so mad. I'm the worst. I'm definitely going to hell just for that one. But whatever, I don't care.
Nah, you're not. You're not.
On a related story, my ex, when she was about to give birth, we had to go in and she had to be induced, but we had to stay the night over.
She was late.
And so
she
said no. We were early actually. She sent me to go grab food, but the place that she sent me to was out of the thing that she liked. So I went to another one of the locations to get that, and it took me almost like 2 hours to get back. And like,
Oh
I
shit!
got back, and she near killed me. She's like, "What the freak took you so long?"
She's like,
Right?
this is the last thing I'm gonna get to eat, you motherfucker.
Dare you not?
I was like, "Look, man,
What's wrong with
they were out. I had to go to a whole other location."
People don't understand what goes into like creating one of these and then having one come out of you. It's like
I
it's a
definitely
whole
don't
different
understand.
ballgame.
I definitely don't understand fully, but I watched it go down, and like I didn't shy away from the front row seat. Like,
Yeah, I want to understand. I'm good.
like, yo, that was wild. That was wild.
All
I
I
was like,
know,
yo,
all I know
I will
is
share
that
this. Go ahead.
my ex used to be adamant that she was going to do it naturally, and then we got married. No,
as soon as it starts, they scream for the epidural. As soon as it starts.
I will say this.
That's not. I'm not hating. I'm not hating because
No, not at all.
not at all. Because I don't know what that's like.
Everyone's experience is completely different.
I would like to switch it up. Like I would like the man to have to carry one while I carry one. Like
you keep your seahorse pipe dream to yourself. Nobody wants to hear nothing about that.
I'm not doing a little Nas. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, like it would be interesting to see a man go through childbirth at least once.
Oh, it'd be interesting as hell. You're right.
Go watch Twins.
Let's think about this. It's called an elephant trunk, but then it becomes an elephant trunk and hangs down to the floor, and it's just loose and floppy and not really functional.
No, like that's the most
my
like I gotta
God.
say that having children is the most most
Traumatic.
rewarding yet the most terrifying experience of my life.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like the switch between the baby coming out, right, from the baby not being out to the baby being on her chest was like, how could these two people exist within seconds of each other? Is the way I saw
Exactly.
it from the
Like,
outside.
you guys think like we feel this for 10 months. Like this is all we feel is this baby growing inside of us, and it becomes this tiny human. And both my children were C-section babies, so they didn't come out my vagina. They came out like they had to be cut out of me. And
Yeah.
See, that's a
at
totally
both
crazy
times,
thing I've not had to go through, and I can't imagine.
yeah, no, I chose for the first one, right? Like I went to my doctor when I was 6 months pregnant, and I was like, "Look, I'm having anxiety. I'm having night terrors. This baby cannot come out of my vagina. Like you're gonna have to take it. That's it." And like everybody around me was like, "What are you talking about? You're a grown ass woman. Like you're supposed to be able to push a baby out of your vagina." And I was like, "No, there's no bowling ball coming out of this lemon. Not happening."
I will
I
ask
went to
this
my doctor, and my doctor was like, "Look, it's 2013. I cannot tell you how to have a baby. It is not my option. It's your own option."
So your
And
first is
so-
as old as my second.
Do what?
Your first is as old as my second.
8?
Yeah.
Yeah. So so he took her, right? Like he ended up taking her because she didn't have enough fluid. And when he pulled her out, she wasn't breathing. So of course I'm laying on this table, I'm numb from like the neck down, and they're like, "Yeah, there's nothing you can do about this." So sorry. So like they had to do CPR, then she had to have a feeding tube and an IV.
How
I
early
didn't
was
get to
she?
hold her for the first day. Guess who got to hold her? Dad got to hold her for the first day.
That's always how that works.
Yeah, I read to the belly both times, the whole way through. Like they were like, it doesn't even have ears. I was like, I don't give a shit. I kept saying that's my son in there because like I was like wishing that into the universe, and it worked 2 times.
Yeah. That's
So
what happened with us. Like we prayed for a girl, we got a girl. Prayed for a Halloween baby, and she was born on October 24th.
Oh wow.
And
she wanted to name my first son Thomas, and I was like, "You're bugging." So I just started talking to the belly and calling it Brian, and I win. I
that's
get
how
my
it works.
junior.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
She like 7 months in, she's like, she texts me at work. She's like, I caught myself calling the belly Brian today. I'm so mad at you. And I'm like, yeah.
That's a good tactic. I'm using that on the next one.
You gotta play the long game, dog. Fuck that.
So like when our first baby came in, we were just like, we didn't know what to do. We didn't know how this was gonna work, and we made it work, right? Like that's how you're supposed to do it. Like
Nobody's ready.
You figure it out every step of the way.
Nobody's
exactly.
ready.
Megan and I, we just had the baby shower this past weekend, and just seeing all the gifts come in started freaking me out, man. I was like, oh shit.
You're expecting a baby right now?
What the hell is a changing table?
Megan's 3 weeks. We're 3 weeks away from being due, and yeah, as soon as I started seeing everything come together, she's got the belly, you know, and I was like, ah, shit. Dollar signs are just plummeting right now.
Is this your first one?
We're going to be +1 human.
Yeah.
Is this your first one?
What that means?
Yeah, this is my first. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bionic bro, that's awesome.
Yeah, his name's gonna be Wesley after her father's middle name.
Wesley. I got a Brian and a Wyatt. I
like Wyatt now. That's a good one.
Well, Brian is a junior, so I'm Brian.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah. And then I got my Wyatt.
No, everything I've been hearing, I've been writing down notes just to get ready.
I just want to know, why is it that, we've been trying for a girl all this time? We have 4 boys. What the hell? I'm like the goose that laid the golden boy eggs or something.
It has nothing to do with you, and has everything. The sex is determined by the male, is it not? I'm pretty sure that's the way it works.
That is the
I'm
truth.
pretty dead set on not having a girl.
Yes, the father determines whether it's going to be boy or girl. So, like,
I've
if
been
you
trying to
were
have
a
a girl
man that
for a
had,
long
like,
time.
say, all sisters, then more than likely all you can produce is girls.
My
So
father's
how is
father.
it determined? Is it by food, or do I have to speak it into the cosmos? Because that's all I
Speak it
did.
into the cosmos, doggy.
By
My
genetics.
father's father.
It's by genetics.
My
On my
father's father
father's
had
side.
8 boys. 8 boys.
Holy shit!
My father had 2 boys. I had 2 boys. My brother's about to have a boy. They
That
did
means
like
that all that you and your brother can make is boys. Sorry, you're never going to get a girl.
my mom, my sister, my aunt, everybody. They were like, "Oh my god, I hope it's a girl. I can't wait. Oh my god, please somebody. I need another vagina in this household." And I was like,
I'm the one who changed the tone of mostly girls in my mom's side of the family to now we're actually even on the girl-boy spectrum.
Oh wow!
Well,
So I
see,
said-
wait a minute. But is your baby daddy? Is he all boys or all girls on his side?
Who?
I don't have a baby daddy.
Well, no, Tokume. He's been the
Yeah,
dad.
is Kogame all boys on his side?
All boys with these 4. And then
Your mom
I mean-
had.
Yo,
My
my
mom-
man is starting a fucking baseball team over here. He's like, I got 4, you know.
No shit.
You got a
No, comics
lineup
made.
over
People
here,
that
bro?
have a lot
Dean
of
in the
children,
chat.
like it's
More
normal. It's
boys.
normal for people to have a lot of children. It's not a weird thing.
No,
Where
it's
I'm
awesome.
from,
My dad was
Go
the
for
oldest
it.
of 9, and he had a good mix. I think it was
Yeah.
like 5 and 4 boys and girls.
well, look, I just had a friend who adopted her 9th baby.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
Adopted
So-
the 9th baby, or adopted 9 altogether?
Adopted her 9th baby. She
Oh, wow.
has 5 that are hers, and then she has
Okay.
4 that she's adopted that are siblings.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, that's actually really nice. She took 4 siblings and gave them a better life like that.
Yeah. So basically, what happened was, she's a really good friend of mine. She had her brother-in-law show up with a baby, right? and
Okay.
like they were living in a like a camper, and they didn't have electricity, they didn't have heat, it was the middle of winter. And so she let them live with her. She let the baby stay inside the house, and then he lived in a tree house that they had outside. But about 2 weeks into living with her, he decided he wanted drugs, right?
Damn.
And so she was like,
So that
okay,
was the first adoption.
yeah, that was the first one. She was like, okay, you're gonna have to go, but you leave the baby with me. I'll take care of the baby.
Oh. Hold up.
Um,
That gives me Paulie from the Soprano vibes real quick. But anyway, go ahead. Continue on
well,
with your
so
story.
what she did was she took the baby down to DHS, which is Department of Human Services, and they were
Okay.
like, "Oh my God, we've been looking for this child for these last few months. Like we've been wanting to know where she's at."
You know, we've just been looking for this baby. You know, taking
Yeah,
us a couple months. I
Fuck.
know. What the fuck? Oh my god.
yeah.
But
So she
anyway,
found out that this baby, who is her niece by marriage, actually had some siblings, right? Like, so there was some other babies that were involved, and they asked if she could take them as well.
Oh wow.
damn.
And so she decided to take the sisters on as well. And so she's been raising the sisters for the last 2 years, and then the
And
mom, like 5 weeks ago, just had another baby.
Jesus
Oh
fucking
wow.
Christ.
Wow.
So she ended up taking that baby as well, which was born
Don't take this the
addicted.
wrong way, Lola, but some chicks just need their tubes tied. Like that's
Right, right. Like I'm
crazy.
all for it. I'm all for it. I'm
That's
all
pretty
for it, man.
fucking
I'm all
gross.
for
Apparently
it.
saying she just sometimes needs
That's
to
pretty.
have
So wait,
That's
so wait,
not
this
okay.
if I've gotten this story correctly, this woman who's adopted 4 of this other woman's children already had 5 of her own.
Mhm.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes. And
It's
this
a
woman
special
that
kind of
adopted
privilege.
these 4 children, let me tell you about this woman. I look up to this woman. I admire this woman. She is
Fucking
someone who I
saint.
can. Yeah, she's a saint
Yeah.
for real. She had her tubes tied about 4 years ago, and so every time she's tried to have any more of her own, she's had miscarriages.
Jesus.
And
That's
so
crazy.
actually what's happened is so she found out she was pregnant at Easter, right? And she ended up having another miscarriage, and it caused her tubes to her up. And so she can't have any more children at all. There's no chance of her ever having children again.
Can
And
I just say this woman is like a fertility goddess. She had her tubes
right,
tied.
right.
Hold up, she had her tubes tied. She got pregnant after getting her tubes tied, not just once, but a couple of times, and having miscarriages. Because if you have your
8
tubes tied,
times.
you
8 times.
eight. Holy
She's
shit!
went through 8 miscarriages. And
That's the wildest shit.
but she looks at these babies that are coming to her as God's way of giving her what she's wanting without her having to go through the whole childbirthing experience again.
Oh, of course.
So
She's a
just
mommy
very,
to the core.
oh yeah, she's got 9 children. She loves every one of them to the very end. She's one of my best friends. I love her to pieces.
That
But
is so incredible. I
she's
love that.
definitely a saint. One of the babies actually has what is that called? Hydrocephalus.
What's
And
that?
it's where there's fluid on the brain.
Oh my
Oh
god.
wow.
Yeah, so this child has a lot of problems, right? Like the mother did drugs when she was pregnant, and so this child has hydrocephalus, and she has cerebral palsy, and she has some other issues. And this woman is just she's absolutely amazing with these babies, and like she'll hit me up if she needs something for them, like clothes or something like that. Um and so what we end up doing a lot of times is she grows a garden in the summer, and so she'll trade me the produce from her garden for clothes for her babies. And like I'm in awe of her, right? Like I'm in awe of all the things that she's trying to do for these children, and she's trying to bring them a better life than what they would have gotten with this woman that just keeps having them.
It's horrible. I mean, beautiful story, but it's horrible that that woman is still producing
Right?
children.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, why
It's
can't
like
we make people stop having these children if they're in this state? Like, come on.
I just, yeah. Hold on one sec, guys. I gotta pop out for a second. I'll be right back.
Do you
Oh,
think,
you're good.
Dogan?
You're good, Odin.
I
We're
got
still
yelled
here.
at. I got yelled at in a Discord one time for advocating for parent licenses.
No,
Really?
everyone on this panel that thinks that you
It's a
should
bit-
have to.
It's a bit authoritarian. I get it. I'm
Yeah.
lib center. I'm a grill monkey. Is what I call myself, because I'm like
No,
a centrist, but I'm like
this
a
woman-
lib.
This woman has had 5 children, right? Like the oldest one is 18, so he's fixing to age out of the system. But the other 4 are in possession of my friend, and I think it's horrible that she's allowed to keep having these babies that are drug addicted, that
Yeah.
are by different men. I think it's disgusting.
Depending on the state legislation and the state that they are in, they can actually do a legal
They're not in Texas.
where they take away the right for the person to have children.
Well, every time she has a child, my friend is the one that gets called to adopt it. So
Yeah, it depends on what state you're in. I know I've seen it happen here in Indiana and Illinois and California. I don't know about other states. It really just depends on their legislation.
well, we're in Tennessee, so
That might be why.
But
But
no,
yeah.
she is a saint. I consider her a saint, and I will praise that woman to the end of my days, because I've seen what she's went through. I've seen what she went through to get these children. I've seen what she went through with her own miscarriages on top of these children. And I think it's absolutely amazing. I think it's amazing that she has a heart big enough for these children to come into her life and for her to be a mother to them. She's giving them a life that they probably would never have.
I mean, these kids are getting love. They're getting to be with their siblings. I mean,
Yeah, I think that's pretty huge. Keeping the siblings together that's something that don't typically happen, as far as I understand.
Necessarily know the rest of their family, their mom or their dad, they still have a relationship with each other.
Like
Which
I
is-
can't
That's going to keep family together.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
separating siblings is like, what the fuck? That's all they have is each other. You know what
I'm
saying?
sorry, you guys. I try to sing this woman's praises wherever I go, because
you're
You're
fine.
I think
definitely
what she's
was.
doing is absolutely amazing, and it's beautiful.
Anytime you hear a story like that, it's just like, I don't know. To me, I take it. I like to hear stories like that. Even if they're laden with tragedy, they're also like the
silver linings.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's
As long as you're looking at the positive aspects of the story.
Right.
Well, it's proof that God's out there looking for us all, even those who are unborn. So
I think so. I think so.
He puts us all in a good place.
Right.
Where did Will go? Like, we ran Will off. Was like, nope.
A little bit. It's like, I'm out.
Will's still here. Will's doing his quiet in this corner, contemplating, listening to everything we say and taking it in.
Oh, I'm
Yeah. Everything he's had to say tonight has been pretty thoughtful.
Yeah, Will is one of those that's on top of everything, man.
Yeah, I definitely don't formulate sentences that way.
What I do? Well, I heard Will was on top of something. I just came back. What was going on?
I was saying how
Will's on top of all the ladies.
I try.
what I was trying to say was I said a whole bunch of nonsense at one point about my comic book, at least in my head, and then you said some stuff that made my nonsense make sense, and I'm grateful for that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, my job is to make the hosts and the guests look good. That's my job.
I absolutely love Will. If you guys have not backed Black Flag yet, please go out and back Black Flag, because Will is writing that. And
I think we've got plenty. I think these gentlemen need some some love if you got to pick
No,
between Black Flag.
definitely.
So
Going back our Bionic Bro at Tellin Studio, I think
Please.
he's doing amazing things.
I appreciate it.
With Cobalt, I think Comic Cowboy is doing some amazing things.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I'm curious though.
Children of Genesis.
Comet and Bionic. Have you been following like Frege and the Black Flag pages?
I've been. Maybe I don't catch every page. I catch some of his stuff on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like I try not to be terminally online. Like it's so bad for you. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to know what you guys think of the pages.
No, I love it. Like
the pages are beautiful every time I see them. But I mean, I thought if you meant like I would like just sit by the corner in my office just waiting for them to come out.
I was curious about your feedback.
That's what I do.
Oh no, they're beautiful, man.
When's the next one? When's the next one? Gotta get that vein ready. When's the next one?
That's right. Refresh button.
Man, why aren't you doing that? That's what I do. I sit in my corner and I wait. I wait for a post from Couch Doodles.
A lot of people do.
A lot of people, yeah. A lot of people do. I've noticed it. It's kind of surprising. It's like, well, okay then.
I do get excited when I get to catch one early. You know,
I hope you guys will tune in for Fragtober. You know,
yeah, that's coming. Can't wait for that. That's
what day is that?
Hold up. The video, the way Hitler reacting to Shane versus Malin, that video. Everybody seen that video?
Yeah, that happened during the last Fragtober.
Oh my god, that video is great.
But if you guys don't know, Fragtober essentially Frege streams every single day, and he does a Twitter kind of poll for a character, and everybody votes on it. If he picks yours, he will draw it with another artist, and you will win. You will win that piece.
Dude, that is.
Is he bringing the pink? Is he bringing the pink bunny suit back?
No, J Money is now in possession of that.
J Money has the pink bunny suit. Oh
yes,
no!
Sir.
I just want to share this with you guys, okay? Like,
Frege is insane.
Yeah, his detail is nuts.
He's out of this world, bro. He really
I am very
is.
lucky.
He's got something.
Yeah,
He's insane.
Shit.
This is the time lapse.
Yeah, look at it. Look
shit.
at all the detail.
If you look at the iPad clock, that's 40 hours it took him to do those 2 pages.
Look at that gorilla face. He just looks right on it.
He's insane.
Can y'all see this?
Oh yeah.
I can see it. Believing it's a whole other ball game, but there it is.
The cool thing about this, guys, is that Shelby is inking it right now, so originals are being produced, so the backers get originals when they back the art tiers.
That's awesome.
So somebody's going to get this
insane.
paid. Somebody will own this.
Well, what?
So
I'm
somebody's
loving the detail that's going into this.
Frege just made a post. Hold on.
Have you noticed Frege does every single asset? So if we want to use it for a trading card or we want to use it for a shirt, we can just pull it out in its entirety.
Yeah. If I deal with a digital artist again, I'm gonna be like, listen, I need a Photoshop file where all these, because I know you drew them as different assets. I need them as different assets because I had to go back in and like cut things out to like make little animations for my video and whatnot.
Right. Well, I mean, I hope I'll see you two in at Frege June, Frege Fractober. You know,
I'll definitely.
Oh, you will most dedefinitely.
I'm pretty sure I was there last Fractober. I just didn't know you were the writer. Now I'll be looking out for you. Because and I think I was actually on. I was on the Fragga show for like 10 minutes or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, a long time ago. Like when he first started, he just was having fans on and whatever.
That's awesome.
No, but just talking to Fragga is sick because he wants to talk. He wants to talk cave paintings too, like me, like a fucking psycho that nobody gives a shit about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, Fragga loves esoteric. That dude will talk to you for hours on esoteric.
He wants to go right. He wants to go right down the rabbit hole with you, and he don't give a shit about anybody else in the room, bro. I fucking love it. He's fucking great.
Hey man, that's why he's my brother.
Right. I've known that dude for way too fucking long, and he's half of what got me back into comics in the first place.
Oh yeah, you go back to Martinez with him.
Yeah, fuck yeah. We went to high school together, and that dude bailed me out of a bad situation. And ever since then, we've been good friends. And we've just been on and off. And like it was being said earlier, you just lose touch with an old friend for a while, and then you guys reconnect, and you start collaborating and cross associating. And he's the one that actually pulled me back into getting into comic books and graphic novels and all that stuff again after almost 10 years of being out of it.
I just want to point out though, like we can't sit around here and complain about the mainstream and yet not support the alternative that we're given.
Yeah,
exactly. I agree. 100%.
This is the future right here, and the amount of people I've seen, people I used to follow in the 80s and 90s that are now a part of Comicsgate is mind blowing. I mean, I'm like chatting with the very artists that I followed when I was a kid. And a teenager and a young adult. I mean, I've been chatting with members of SLG and fucking, TT7 or something like that. The people that do Invader Zim and do fucking Tank Girl and all this stuff that inspired me are now like collaborators within Comicsgate and within the whole community. And it's just mind blowing. This is where the future is. And this is what it takes to become the next generation and the next evolution to inspire that next future to become something greater.
I mean, you're right. You're right about that.
Hold on. Before you go any further, let me address Jim Cox here.
Sure.
No, Jim Cox, you do not have to support bad quality books. That is true.
That's
but
fair.
At the same time, you can't go out there and bitch about the bad quality that's in the mainstream and yet not support the ones that you like over here in the indie stream. Because it doesn't equate. Like you want to bitch about this, but yet you don't want to support this. So what is it you want?
Hey Jim, buy my PDF, and if you have something bad to say about it, say it.
Yeah, be straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the equality in it. Like you can't.
It's a
sit here
$5
and bitch about one side and yet not support the other. And if you don't like the other, then what are you gonna do? You're just gonna say fuck it all. I don't want any of it. Okay.
Nah, give criticism to the creators so they know what to stay away from and what to bring more to the table. I mean, God, that's what some of us newbies here, like myself, need.
I mean, the thing is what are you here for if you're not supporting either side? What's the
coming
point?
coming up as a carpenter? Every bit of criticism is the harshest, worst thing you've ever heard in your whole life. Like just thrown at you all day. Like I spent,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like you get shit on as an apprentice, but whatever, it is what it is. You roll with the punches and you keep on moving, and you take mean spirited criticism, and even though it was mean spirited, you apply it in a constructive way.
Right, go try the shower for 3 days, then get back to it.
I will say this about what Jim Cox just said. If we hadn't made this amount of money, Frege wouldn't be busting his balls as much as he is because he's putting like his life force into every single line of that book, and he's told me over and over again. I know I could wing it and I could get it out fast for the fans, but I want them to see every penny on that page that they put into the campaign, and that's why it's taken him so long. I mean, relative to other creators, he's actually fast, but he's in terms of like Frege fast, where he could do a page a day if he wanted to.
You can't rush perfection.
Well, my thing is okay. So if you don't like something that's going on in the indie scene, then don't support it. Don't back it. Don't blow smoke up people's asses about it. Don't make people think that it's okay if you don't feel that it's something that's okay.
All right. And when you guys get the book in a couple of months, in a month or two, you're going to be like, that. If that took a year, it was worth it. But it didn't take a year. But if it took a year, I'm glad it waited. That's the point.
What you're saying reminds me of a story I heard about doing the Statue of David, where the person who was funding it, they were like, they wanted something different with the nose, and the sculptor was just like, they pretended to change the nose, and they were like, look, I changed it the way you said, and they were like, oh, that's perfect. Meanwhile, they didn't do shit.
That's what it takes,
Yeah, no. But it's just it's an autistic vision, and seeing it through to the end, and making sure it is what you want it to be, kind of thing, is what I'm getting
You
at.
have to make it be what you inspire it and what you envision it to be. You cannot change it because one person sees something they don't like. There's an old saying that I've heard many times said before, which is you'll have 100 haters of your work, and if you listen to every one of those 100 haters, your work will never get done. But when you finalize your work and you get it out there, you'll have 10,000 people that love what you create. Don't listen to the 100 haters. Listen to the instructive, or not instructive, the criticism that's productive. Listen to the people that say, hey, you know how your art is slightly off angle here? If you just slightly adjust it, it'll make it more clean. Those are the people you want to listen to, because they're not there to tear you down. They're there to build you up. But when you sit there and let someone tear you down because I don't like this and I don't like this and I don't like that, all you're doing is destroying yourself, and you're reducing your power and reducing your energy to make that thing happen.
I have an editor that that is there to make sure that I don't look like an illiterate when I'm writing my comic books.
I feel like
fixing my grammar and whatever. But
I know that one.
But other than that, I have 3 friends who I let read my stuff, because like I feel like I put a lot of thought into everything I'm doing, and I'm writing way ahead of where I'm currently like creating, right? But like I like maybe there's like an angle or plot hole or something that I'm not seeing. You know what I'm saying? So I have like a couple of friends that I have like look through my scripts and just like tell me what they think, give me the pointers, other than my actual editor who like fixes my grammar and whatnot.
Well, people don't understand what kind of time and effort this process is, right?
Yeah, it's daunting. It's fucking daunting. I'll tell you right now.
Like, as someone who's fulfilled 2 campaigns now, I can tell you the fulfillment process is exhausting as one person doing it.
Oh, it's the worst part of it.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the creative process is fun, whereas the fulfillment process is the work.
Like it's exhausting. Like you have to, like, there's things people don't think about, right? Like, I've talked to people that were like, oh wait, I've got to have a printer to print out the labels for the shipping.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, you got to have some way to print out the labels. Like, what do you think's going to happen?
And I say that as
you have 10 people that need to work behind the scenes when it's actually finalized, and people don't realize that.
I was just gonna say,
I'll be doing that next time. Fulfilling on my own has been a pain in the ass.
I bet.
At my rate, I'm only gonna have like 50 some odd, so I'll be all right. I'll be fine.
No, probably
doesn't matter.
Even at 50, like 50 people to have to fulfill can be daunting and exhausting.
Yes.
I've organized warehouses. I've run whole construction crews to raise houses, sit them back down on their new foundations, fulfilling a bunch of comic books. And I'm not saying it's not hard work. I'm definitely not saying that. But from where I come from, this is like a whole different thing.
Ballpark.
Yeah, it's a whole different. Now, I've had to learn new skills, 100%.
Take it from someone who's a mother of 2, right? Like, I have a 2-year-old, right?
Uh-huh.
And I just fulfilled a 2,500 backer campaign.
Nice.
Oh,
damn. But that's a lot of work.
3 months because I have 2 children that I have to take care of. On top of running my house, right? Like, I've got to make sure people are eating and that diapers are changed and people are taken care of. But I also have to make sure these things get out to people. And so, like, there's so much stuff on top of each other that I had to take care of as a mother and a wife and as a fulfiller.
Plus, she has like another kid, which is me, that she has to take care of.
Well, I have my husband as well. My husband is I always say my husband is my 3rd child. I was like, I have to make sure.
I think every wife says that.
And all that, right?
Usually, from what I understand. I don't have a wife.
But,
I have baby mamas.
it's a lot of work, and people don't understand that. Your backers, they don't understand that. They don't get that. They don't get that. Hey, you're running a family as well as fulfilling these books, and you're trying your best to get it all out there on time.
Hey, by the way, Lola,
Yeah.
do you know who Comic Cowboy reminds me of? A sped up Rob Willis.
Sped up Rob Willis. Am I talking too goddamn fast?
No, like you remind me a lot of him because he's a friend of mine. But like if you push fast forward a little bit, then you're
I
like,
can see that. I can see that. Rob Willis, Bill.
Well, I'm glad to be talking fast now instead of fucking. I was on Critical Blast promote my comic when it first started, and I went back and listened to it, and I was like, oh my god, I sound like a fucking idiot.
Because you guys got a similar speech pattern and kind of a similar way of thinking. So it's like, okay, push fast forward, and you've got Rob Willis and Comic Cowboy.
Oh my god! So your friend, your friend Rob Willis on cocaine or methamphetamine?
Yeah, or on the pre-workout.
Much caffeine.
They just call it that, the pre-workout. Quote unquote pre-workout.
Yeah, there we go. We'll go with that.
Hey, you can lift weights on it too,
I just do pull-ups.
You got the pull-up bar.
Yeah, that's it.
I can totally see Rob Willis and Comic Cowboy. I can totally see that.
That's what I was saying. And I was looking at his Twitter. You guys kind of look alike too. So.
Oh look, we got a Frog G up in the house. What's up, Frog G?
What up, Frog G?
What's
Dropping
up, Frog?
in links.
Frog man.
Appreciate you posting up the links.
Yeah, he's got to download your guys' links so he can spit them out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this dude is on top of it.
He's putting like the giant mnemonic helmet on, and he's getting it all downloaded through his optical nerves.
Seriously. This guy is a real fucking net runner. He's got this shit on point. You mentioned
Frog G needs to get Genesis of Children.
Back in the 90s when the doubler was 80 gigabytes.
Right? I appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate you shilling your projects and telling us about them. Because some of them I haven't even heard about, right? Like that's one of the things I love about doing this is that I can bring people on and I can hear about your projects like Comic Cowboy. I can hear from your own words what it is that you're doing with your project. And Bionic Bruh, I can hear what you're doing. And I like to hear it in your own words is different than me, say, going to the page and reading it and being like, I don't know if this really interests me.
Do you want me to shill now or just wait?
No, I totally want you to shill, Tokome.
All right, so I'm about 3 weeks behind on schedule because I got really sick in August with a lung infection from black mold, which is why I haven't really been on.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I got really fucking bad to the point of where I was bedridden for almost 2 weeks.
It's pretty bad.
But so my original plan was to launch this in around October 1st. However, it'll probably be about October 15th at this point because it's production schedule. Right. I've got 2 pieces coming down the pipe. The first one will be in October, and the second one will probably be mid-January, mid-February, based on the production timeline of the October piece. The first one is called Run, which is based on a board game. Actually, here, I will drop a couple links for Lola.
I was going to say, do you have some links to these so we can see
what's going on? I have a few links. I don't have a lot up right now because nothing is entirely live until we get everything running. That link is the company's main site, which we're still editing and updating. This is the link for the board game that Run is based on, which is still being edited. This is the link for the first couple chapters that the graphic novel is based around. And then you'd have to give me screen capture to be able to show you content. The board game Run was developed about 12 years ago and was going to be market launched, and at the last minute we pulled it because we were having technical difficulties. In the production of creating the board game Run, the concept was an 8-player board game where you can play one of 8 characters and each character has a juxtaposing identity. The juxtaposing identity is you're stuck with this mentality of, for example, the punk rock cop are you a punk rocker? Are you against society? Or are you a police officer that's there for society? And you do deal with this duality of personality in your character. And while you're dealing with that, you're dealing with a zombie survival type scenario where you're stuck in a hospital and you have to get out. And the way the game was developed is the pieces would drop, and you drop tiles as you were going and trying to find your way out of this abandoned hospital. Well, we took that, turned that into a movie. The movie got canceled at the last minute, and I've been sitting on this script for the last 10 years. That script is now the graphic novel. So the link here that you see here is the link for the actual script. And as I edit the script for a book level quality, it gets released on this site here. But that same script is going to actually become, and is in the process of being made into the actual graphic novel, where 8 survivors wake up as complete strangers. They have no idea who they are. They have no idea who the other people are. And they're in an abandoned, seemingly abandoned hospital that as they start exploring the hospital, they start to realize there's something wrong with the hospital. The hospital doesn't feel like a normal hospital. It almost feels like a mental ward or possibly a strange scientific experiment, and they don't know what's going on. Progressively, as they go along, they start to realize that they're encountering undead creatures, but some of these creatures don't seem to be entirely undead like a zombie. Some of them seem kind of more sentient. At one point, they encounter what seems to be a police officer that's undead who aims and shoots at them and is tracking them and continuously attacking them with firearms. As things progress, they encounter this thing called the Mortician, and the Mortician, which is seemingly the Mortician for the hospital. And yeah, again, like I said, the site's still being edited. The Monkey Wrench is another product, and we use the Monkey Wrench template to use for the website. So the Mortician doesn't care what it encounters and kills everything in its path, creating a juggernaut scenario. The way the graphic novel is being developed is there will be 2 realities. One reality is the reality of what is actually going on in this abandoned hospital. The second reality is a hallucination. When the characters are hallucinating, the art style will completely change. So we'll have CG for one reality and hand-drawn for another. And it's up to the viewer and the reader to determine what is real. Is the CG the reality of what is really going on, or is the hand-drawn the reality of what's going on? And the viewer has to coordinate and collaborate with themselves. What are they seeing, and do they trust what they read?
Interesting, man.
So, and that's the direction for Run. Run is targeted as a zombie survival psychological horror. And there's an underlying story that the reader discovers as they continue in the story while watching characters die and get eviscerated. All the while, that same character will pop up later, and they start to question, did that person actually die? And they start to try to figure out what's real and what is the reality of the story. And as this tagline for Run is, when you're in the face of dangers, sometimes you just have to run. The idea was created by my co-partner, Matthew Sanders, who said the one thing he could not stand in the modern zombie trope was the stand up and fight, the juggernaut. You're fighting, you're fighting, you're fighting. What happens when by the very act of fighting, it makes things worse? Why not a story where you have to run, where you have to get away from the threat? And the goal is to get away. And that's what created Run. The second product that's coming out is called Otako Noshi. Interesting. And yes, everything was developed in 3D development. We actually developed the entire product using computer generation, and then did screen capture.
Who's your team?
Myself, Matthew Sanders, and Ariana, my wife, is my core 3D. And then I also have models that I've used for actual 3D modeling and such, actual people that I've modeled and built the characters around.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Brown chicken, brown cow, and it's because a whole Claire.
Brown chicken, brown cow. What the fuck did you just say?
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Or so much.
When you have to say it in
Hold
front
on.
of kids, you don't want kids to understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so brown chicken, brown cow.
Yep. And then, unfortunately, they will take it to their school and they'll say it in front of the class, and the teacher will get it and giggle. Hopefully. Hopefully, the teacher will giggle. Unfortunately, my kids did not giggle. And I got it here.
I don't know. I don't know
Nothing
how
at
I
all.
did it. I don't know how I did it, but like, and my son is nothing like me. Like, I was the absolute like horror show of a child. Like every parent's worst nightmare. Like, we're talking hospital visits. We're talking calling the fucking calling the police, the fire department because he's missing, the whole nine. And like, I was never in actual danger. I was just a fucking asshole.
I feel you. I have horror stories about my own childhood. That's why I tend to be very vague and not discuss my life and the crazy shit I got into.
I put my parents through hell, through absolute hell, and like now that I have my sons, I look at them and I'm like, I must have been your punishment. There's no way my sons are this good, and like me being that bad is on me. You know what I'm saying? It's either that or I'm just completely like a narcissist. But whatever, I'll take it either way.
Lola, would you like me to share a panel from the comic or graphic novel?
Yes, please.
Okay. How should I send it to you? Or do you want me
Can
to?
you put it in the private chat?
I can try. If I can upload it. I have a straight image.
Oh, can't you just share the screen?
Yeah.
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
How do I do that?
Share screen.
Good
At the bottom
idea,
should
Bionic
be
Bro. What
share.
do you put on my life, man?
Oh, hey.
Hey,
there we
I'm
go.
here for you, Lola.
All right. So share video screen. Yes.
He's bionic. He has mechanical parts. He's way
Right?
ahead of
He
the
knows
game.
what's going up on the internet.
It's all good.
He's getting signals from the internet as to what to do.
Yeah. Don't
The
forget to
algor-
hit share audio if you need to.
Okay.
There you go. I have it shared.
Okay.
Awesome.
Can we all see this?
Oh shit, it's Dan.
There's Fragaboom sitting on a stool in the kitchen.
Yeah, we decided as a joking nod in the actual game there is a guy that wanders around in a bunny suit, and you can pick up a bunny suit, a clown suit, and I think like a cow suit. And when we saw Frega with the bunny suit, we're like, oh fuck, we gotta draw him. We gotta put him in there somewhere. So we did. We actually, like, the characters later in the story walk in, they're like running from something. They run in through the store, open it up, close it real quick, turn around, and there's Frega sitting there with a gun, smoking a cigarette or a joint or whatever.
Why do I love this way too much? Probably more
No
than
cigarette,
I
a joint.
No,
A joint, yeah. And he's just sitting there
He's
looking
ready
at
to
them
split.
pissed.
there is no amount of love that is appropriate for the pink bunny suit. Like,
Exactly.
should. Right?
you can never express enough love. It's impossible.
It's now with J Money. He is the owner of the suit. He is the keeper of the suit.
Oh wow.
He is
I hope you watch that shit.
Probably not.
Oh.
You got to give it to him by Frega himself.
I was just gonna say, what is it worth if you wash it, bro?
Nothing. You want the stank on it, you know?
Yeah, you got to get that stank. You got to get that.
You need the ball juice and all that stuff all over it.
Yeah, bro. You got to get that Frega fucking stank on that shit.
What do they call it? The musk. Yeah, you got to have the musk.
Yeah, right.
No, that's what they mean by Fragaboom.
Oh.
Bro, if you're listen, if your wife, girlfriend, lover, if she isn't stealing your work shirts and keeping them from when you're not around, she don't love you, bro. I
I know.
I hate to break it to you.
The last woman I was with had a closet full of men's clothes. So I was like, I wonder what she's hiding.
She gave them back to me washed, and she like gave me this whole confession about like stealing my work shirts because I was wondering where they was at. I was like, yo, you know what happened to my shirt? She's like, nah, I don't know. Come to find out, she's like sleeping not in washed work shirts, in dirty work shirts, like ones that's like I sweat all day in. And she's like, it makes me feel like you're here. Oh my god. I'm like,
I'd be like, I'm sorry.
I didn't realize daddy issues could get that deep, but I'm with it. All right,
Well,
cool.
you're correct, Wolverine. I would never sleep next to her again because I might end up with a fucking pen in my ear.
Yeet.
So, and this is one of the 3D models that we're developing right now for one of the main characters. This is the rendered version of it.
Are you sharing right now?
I should be, yeah.
Lola?
I'm not seeing Jack.
Lola's muted. It might be busy with the baby.
Yeah, so we're screwed.
It's there once she decides to share it.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, I've got a full dev team on this product. I've got a background in professional CG art design and video game and board game design. And I'm taking all of that and putting it directly into the actual comic book.
That's wicked.
My wife.
Have you spoken with Zaid Studios, any?
I'm sorry?
Have you spoken with Zaid Studios? He usually hangs out on Joe Catapano's channel.
I have spoken
All right.
briefly, but I haven't spoken with.
Here we go.
Sorry, guys. I was dealing with the baby.
How dare you?
You're doing your
When
thing.
the baby
Thank you.
says she wants Baby Shark, you gotta go turn on Baby Shark. Just saying. The baby rules the house at this point.
So what's this? What you were saying? You were saying this is a 3D model.
The main character is called the Gothic Cheerleader. And this is actually the 3D model for the actual Gothic Cheerleader. When I drop it into render, you can actually see the character more. I haven't put the character bones in it. Yes, insert joke here. But right now we're developing the character, making sure the clothing works right, making sure everything fits correctly for the actual character before we actually put it into full animation.
That's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa, what are you talking about? Who's hiding bodies?
Huh?
Oh, we
Must
know.
be cold in that program.
It's a special someone to me and Lola, an inside person.
Okay. I was just like, wait a minute, I'm not hiding bodies. I had to go turn on Baby Shark for the baby.
Likely story.
An inside joke between all of us.
I'm just saying, the baby rules the house, okay? When you're a
Agreed.
2-year-old and you have like the girl parts, you get to rule everything. Just
So,
saying.
so she's why you're hiding bodies? Is she running around just like orphan cats?
She's like, Mama, Baby Shark now. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh no.
My sketchbook, we can go in for 3 hours and 16 minutes.
I know
There
you
we go.
guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming on and hanging out.
Can we get a
and
glass
doing
break?
your project.
I can't shill my own and then not be here.
No, Comic Cowboy with Genesis of Children.
Mm-hmm.
Children
Bionic
of Genesis,
Bro
but
with
that's fine.
Cobalt.
Balance
I'm never
and
gonna
wholeness.
forget these projects.
There we go.
Tokame with Run. Like Will Perdomo with Black Flag. I'm never going to forget these projects because you guys come on and talk to me about them. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I love about doing this is that I'm able to bring you in and you're able to explain to me what it is you're doing in person. So it's not like I'm just looking at a screen, reading through, going, what the hell are these people trying to sell me?
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been my first time on your channel, man. I've really enjoyed it.
No, I appreciate you coming on, and you're
That's
more
good
than
to meet you
welcome to
guys.
come on anytime.
Yeah, same.
I have an open platform that I open up to everyone who is in the indie scene who wants to come on and talk about their projects. I appreciate you guys reaching out to me and to talking to me about it. I appreciate Dre, who I guess was never able to come back.
Yeah, he had an alien popping out of his chest.
Yeah.
And
He went to
wait,
find the hammer.
Yeah.
did you mean to share that?
Yes, I did. That's actually reference points for the actual presentation and the production.
Okay.
This is so across the top is all the character art for the board game that we use and reference. Those are the primary 8 characters. And then there's different referential pieces for the actual game. There was at one point, like I said, a board game with a functional interface, and it's all there just waiting to be released. We just last night finished the promo shoot schedule write-up and the script. The full script is here from the actual film, allowing you to read the story, which will probably release separately as a separate book or even an extended thing. I can't think of the word. Expansion. There we go. An extended expansion during the actual promo.
Right. See, everybody's got something different that they're offering to this community, right?
Yeah.
Like, people have comics, people have games, people are doing different aspects of the comic game genre.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate everything that everyone is doing. I've even seen people doing toys, right? Like,
Hell yeah, 3D printing.
people are offering, like, you know, like you said, the 3D printing of different IPs. So, like, it's awesome to see everybody be able to come together and create and make something different. Which is one of the reasons I love being able to come on here and talk to you guys about what you're doing, as well as see what you're doing, right? Like, because this lets me know what it is I'm backing and who I'm backing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, everybody wants to know the creator as much as they want to know about the content that they're creating.
Exactly.
Which is odd. I never even actually thought of that as a thing. When I started comic books, it was all about following the characters. I didn't really know anything about, you know, the creators, and I didn't start respecting that until I became part of the indie circuit, and everybody was throwing names around that I had no idea who it was, and I had to go and research some shit.
Right?
I mean, I think that's a big part of Frega's success is his personality. So, you know, and his accessibility.
He's just a chill guy.
Well, like, one of the things I didn't get into comics until I married my husband. I didn't get introduced to comics really until then. Like, some of our first dates was to the comic shop and to get sushi.
It was right out of True Romance.
Yeah, right.
Bro, minus the hooker, I hope.
Yeah, she wasn't. Yeah, she wasn't a call girl, like, you know.
No, I wasn't a hooker. I was an 18-year-old homeless girl.
Like, when I got your dress off, I thought you would have a dick. You know?
But no, what happened is my husband would take me to the comic shop.
Tug didn't kill your pimp, did he?
Huh?
Tug didn't kill your pimp, did he?
No, he didn't kill my pimp. I didn't have a pimp. At the time, I was an 18-year-old girl out of high school who freshly graduated. I was an adult.
That would just deepen the law, bro, if he killed.
Right. They ran off with a suitcase full of...
the lore here.
That's how they financed the comics, with that suitcase full of heroin or cocaine.
Yeah, come on, just take it. Just do
Let's
it.
stay out of illegal plans.
Tell Tug to write it into the Littlest Umbrella prequel books.
He walks in, he's like, I killed him.
The making of the Littlest Umbrella.
I killed him.
I killed him. And Lola's like, that's so romantic.
Yeah, you just insert you just insert the two of you into True Romance.
Exactly.
No, look, what happened was...
Well, she's Alabama.
Oh my God. It writes itself.
Yeah, you're Alabama, Lola.
Can't make this shit up.
I was a homeless girl. My mother had kicked me out at 18. And so he let me have a place to go that I felt safe, where I had a friend, and we began a relationship, and he would take me on dates to the comic shop, right? Like, I'd never seen a comic. I didn't know what comics were.
Shit.
The first comic I'd ever seen in my life, I was probably about 8 years old, and it was Frank Miller's Batman.
Nice.
Oh, damn.
That's a fucking epic introduction. Like,
right?
That's why they're doing Hunt the Littlest Umbrella.
But I didn't understand that. I didn't know that at the time. And so when my husband started taking me to the comic shop as a date, right? Like, I started finding comics that interested me.
Hell yeah.
Right? And they were always the indie comics. I was never interested in the Cape and Cow and the Marvel and the DC.
Yeah. all that
Like,
bullshit.
it was always the indie comics that drew me in first, and that I would buy and I would check out. And so,
That was always appealed to me on castle shelves too.
Yeah.
yeah. So, like, I understand that love for the indie comic, the indie creator, and like just the passion that y'all have for what you do.
Yeah. You have to have to make it happen.
Hey, Lola.
Yeah.
May I interrupt for 1 second just to address something Wolverine and Sketch are saying in the chat, and I want to say this to the panel.
Wait, Sketch is in the chat? What up, Sketch?
If you guys, my Sketch, not Sketch Therapy, my Sketch.
Yes.
I mean, say hi to my Sketch too. But I want to
What's
say
up,
this
Sketch?
to everybody that's here. If you want the most wonderful night of entertainment, the best live stream ever, please go to Lola's catalog and look up the stream on September 4th between her and Ali Sanguis. You'll have a great time for 3 hours watching two titans slam against each other, one drunk, one sober, going past each other.
How dare you, Will? How dare you?
Please,
Is that
47?
Is that 47 or?
I don't. It's which one is it?
It's last Saturday night.
September 4th. It's the most epic live stream ever. It's hilarious. You will be dying.
Yeah, where's Allie to yell at me? I'm sure she'd yell at me. So, I like getting yelled at.
No,
I loved
but,
it, every minute of it.
I like, one of the things I'm saying here is like, one of my first dates with my husband was at the comic shop, right? And that's when I got introduced to comics. And my love for comics really grew.
Frog G dropped it there. Sorry.
How dare you, Frog G?
Oh,
How
man.
dare you?
That's awesome.
Thank you,
Little
Frog G.
hoppity friend, I absolutely adore you.
Thank you, Frog G.
Never mention anything in front of Frog G. It will likely get linked.
That's true.
So
That is
Cosmic
so
and
true.
Brug, go click
Love
on that and
little
watch
frog.
Remember, we have a cybernetics netrunner in our group who will freaking make it happen faster than you can finish your sentence.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh,
My
gee,
husband
I watched
started
it. It's
comics
fucking
when he was
scary.
3 years old. So,
This reference from 3 years ago, and Frog G linked it before I was done talking.
right. But my husband, he started in comics when he was 3 years old, right? His grandfather would go into the grocery store and buy him a comic when he was riding around with him. And so, like, my husband's love for comics grew from that. And he gave me that love for the comics industry because I absolutely found indie comics that I loved and I cherish. And seeing what you guys are doing, I love it. I love what you guys are doing. I love what you're bringing to the table, that you're bringing something different, that you're bringing something new, that you're bringing new ideas. Like, we don't have this anymore. People don't have the creativity or the imagination like they used to.
Well, no, of
And
course
so-
not. They've been programmed not to.
What I'm trying to say is I appreciate what you guys are doing, and I want to back that. I want to be the person that encourages you and supports you in what you're doing.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, I love being that person. I love talking to you guys because when I hear you guys talk about it in person, it's a different thing than when I go to, say, your Indiegogo and I read about it, right? Like, I get a completely different experience.
Because you get our excitement about our projects on top of it. If that comes through when we're talking, yeah.
I get to hear your passion for it.
Exactly.
And I get to hear what you're trying to do with it versus when I just read it and I'm like,
These are nice pictures.
This is something I want to back.
These are nice pictures. Those are weird words. Maybe.
Yeah. So I appreciate you guys coming on here, and I appreciate you giving me a chance to, like, tell your stories.
No, thank you for the chance of coming on here.
Yeah, definitely. That's huge. That's big. That's like giving us a platform to talk about who the fuck. Like when I go on any show, I'm like, who the fuck am I? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Right.
Like, like I don't belong here.
You're a comic cowboy. That's who you is.
Yeah.
I gotta say, with Comic Cowboy though, I'm never gonna forget that New York accent.
All right, cool. I climbed out of my cosmic clown car and left an impression. I appreciate it.
That's the beginning of a good
I'm
comic
gonna be
right
talking like a New Yorker for the next week.
there.
Oh no! Oh no!
Spreading, it's getting into Lola, and now it will spread through the rest of you. Enjoy.
Yeah, the
No,
little
every time
umbrella,
I try, it turns into an English accent. I don't know what the fuck happens.
the little umbrella
No,
girls are gonna be
I
going.
gotta
Forget
say, I love
about
the
it.
New Yorker accent
Forget
because, like,
about it.
yeah, I mean, you'll come out like you're nobody. You know what I mean? You come out swinging. New Yorkers come out like the swinging, and they come out swinging hard.
Yo, put some more mozzarella on that shit, Sal.
Hey, yo, you got some fresh mutts? You got the fresh mutts?
Don't
I love the New Yorker accent.
Tommy, you got to go protect Radio Rashid.
Who's Radio Rashid?
From fucking, what is it?
Mafia over here. What the fuck?
From what is it called? Do the Right Thing. That was what it is.
I love you, Comic Cowboy,
yeah.
and I appreciate you coming on, man. Like,
Thank
I
you
love
for
your
having me.
accent. I think you're doing something awesome with
Thank you.
Genesis of Children.
Yeah, guys, thanks for sharing with us. Appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you for letting us
Thank
share.
Everyone that's come on here is awesome. Bionic Bro, man, dude, you are killing it with that Cobalt. I've seen
Thank you.
Cobalt in so many places.
Yeah, so have I.
Cobalt looks awesome.
Yeah.
How the fuck did I miss that shit?
Hey, Frog G,
Like I
drop
said,
a
this is
link
my
to
first
Lola.
time around, so hopefully around when issue 2 comes in, everybody else will know about it.
No, like I'm kicking myself. You don't know how hard I'm kicking myself right now. Every time I see somebody post like a Cobalt, I'm like, how the
Pretty
fuck
solid.
did I miss that
Don't hurt
shit?
yourself now.
Hey,
No,
and I'm a
right?
hardcore cyberpunk.
Right?
Frega's
So,
over.
that's
Frega's
just
over on
fucking-
EBS now, I guess. So,
Oh, wow. All right.
if you want to hop over there and see old Frega Boom, he's up on
There
EBS.
you go. Do a Lola raid, y'all, over on
There you go.
EBS.
Hell yeah. Let's raid that
Hashtag
shit.
Lola raid. Raid that shit and tell them, hey,
Frog G, give us a
want
link
more
to
Frega.
Frega's show so we can raid that shit like a fucking mass tsunami.
He can't
There
do
you
that,
go.
bro. He can't do that. That's
All
so.
right.
I mean,
I'm gonna
he
end
did
this
7
here.
hours with Tug last night. I mean, he's a beast.
Right?
The
You
Frog G.
guys are awesome. I appreciate every one of y'all. I appreciate anyone who comes on and supports every one of you guys. Like, you guys are awesome. Keep supporting these independent creators, y'all. Like, they need our love. They need our site. They need us posting them out there. So post away, right? Like retweet, Instagram, whatever it is you do for your social media. Make sure
What's everybody's
everybody
ads
knows
on
who
Twitter?
these people are.
Mine is Kume LLC.
I followed you too, guys, and you followed me back, so we're all good. I got Takame too.
Cool.
Right?
So
we're gonna end it here. We've been going for 3.5 hours. I appreciate every one of you. Nothing but love. I have a baby coming in talking about baby sharks. So we're gonna end on that note. But absolutely love you guys. Going back, the Children of Genesis. Go back Cobalt. Back Black Flag. Back Run. Back whatever you see.
and watch the Lola stream from last Saturday.
And watch
Yeah,
the Lola
definitely.
stream from last Saturday.
Did she just leave?
I think she did.
How do we end the stream?
She just passed out.
She
Fuck.
just hit leave studio at the bottom.
That's what happened the last stream. She passed out and fell out of her chair, and,
Oh my God.
and Doug had to come in and turn off the stream.
You shitting me?
No, that's why I tell you to watch it. Go watch it.
Oh my God.
She just passes out at the end of it.
Jesus.
And leaves Wolverine, me, and Allie alone
That
and
is
Michael P
great.
for the rest of it.
That is
Oh, wow.
hilarious.
Yeah,
That's
so
I'm trying to end the stream and I totally just myself.
did you hear what I just said, Lola? That on that Saturday stream you passed out again?
No, I just kicked myself on accident. Like, apparently if I click too many times backwards, I end up kicking myself out. and I end up going way too far back. So anyway, we were gonna end the stream. Everybody go over to EBS, say hi to Frega for us.
Yeah, that was a video. I'm sorry, he's not there yet. I don't think. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Hashtag Lola Raid.
Lola Raid.
Raid
Bye
from the
everybody.
Lola.
You all have a
Bye,
good
everyone.
night.
Later. Thanks
Night.
again.
Thank you.
Thanks again.